You're not wearing armor.
I'm
Light
wearing
armor.
Oh, they can wear light armor? Okay.
They can wear medium armor.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm not though.
You're wearing light armor, which means you're probably wearing a chain shirt.
I like it.
My soul. Hey, what's up, everybody? God damn it, the lighting information didn't stay on the table, but I'll fix that in just a second. Glad to see everybody back. It's obviously been quite a while. Those of you who were here before know that the names that we see down below definitely need to be changed. Almost, yeah. Brother Daniel was the only character who survived our last foray into the Spire. If we can have just a moment of slide whistle for all of the other characters. Please bow your heads. And now we should update the new names on there. Then I'll fix a couple of weirdness things on the stream and we'll get things going. Echo? What?
We already have the echo?
I guess.
I think did unplugging the mics temporarily solve that issue?
I don't think it
No,
did.
it wasn't that. It was, it's related to stuff on stream. Don't. Trust me. Hardware-wise, it's finicky enough to keep it actually going.
So you're saying unplug more things?
I think just refreshing this helps. 1 second. Alright, try talking again?
Try talking again. Hello.
Yeah. Let us know if that fixed the echo. If not, I've got one more thing to try.
Hello,
However, I'm going to fix the problems we got on screen real quick. And then we'll get things started, hopefully.
You
Bruno
can't
and
fix
I,
all of the problems on screen. We're still here.
Oh.
Wondering why Jay is out of breath. It's because he didn't have his character sheet and he had 30 seconds before the stream happened. So he had to run to get it.
Please, it's 45 seconds.
Hey, I was trying to make it sound more cinematic.
Actually, it was 44 seconds.
Don't be a pedant, Barton.
A pendant? Don't be a pendant?
A pedant.
A paid ant.
Does someone want to hire me to be their aunt?
Yeah, how
Okay.
does that work? Like, is there some sort of contract?
Well, after the sexual reassignment surgery.
No.
I was thinking more like the insect.
I know.
Where,
Ooh. I like that. I'm on board.
So we would haul very small amounts of things.
you know, the ants unionized.
Not entirely certain why the viewer numbers aren't working, but whatever. That'll just be a black box this time. You said that I'm the one who's mostly echoing.
You're Professor Snuggles?
To some people, yes.
He is.
Do you teach the science of hugs?
It's less of a science. There's not a lot of it's not a hard science anyway. It's a social science.
Slash fine art.
Let's see, one more
Slash
thing
fiction.
to try on this.
Performance art?
I think the reason why you're saying it's mostly me echoing is just I was on mostly talking because our two mics should be exactly the same as their our two mics should be the same, their 3 mics should be the same. They're interpreted slightly differently by the computer. But I think
What's a computer?
What's a computer?
I've got an artificial delay in here to try and sync things, and it may be off. So let's try it. Try talking again now. See if there's. Let me know if that fixed an echo. Can I pass the Pringles? I can pass them to one of us. Actually, I can't. They're way out of reach. But you should know, as it says in our cast of characters, I am not the only person you can talk to here. I am, of course, Jay. You're rather used to me. Next to me, we've got the person you're next most used to. Of course, got Carl, or Lockdown, as you might know him. Going, continuing down the couch, we've got our Barton, or you might know him as Feculent Motel Pillows. And then we get to the people you don't have names for.
Emo.
Yeah.
Cat.
Okay, you know Emo. And we've got Sean, and then we've got Slow, who will be DMing for us today, as for all of our.
We are both vivid hallucinations of Jay's unconscious mind.
That's why they don't.
Shared hallucinations.
That's why they don't have Twitch. All right, let's change the cast of characters to our new character names and get ready to go. So.
Yes, rewatched the last episode around the 3-hour mark, I think, is when everyone died.
Wait, the echo. Okay. So that returned the echo. You never told me the echo went away. That's why I was still trying to fix it. Then I'll put it back the way it was. Right, so that was
Jay, you're expected to just know when the echo occurs.
We are the echo base.
Not magic yet.
Whiskey Tango Georgia, we are pinned down.
Okay. Now it's better.
that stream delay.
Yeah, I know. Like because of the stream delay, it's like, wait, it's better at what moment? When I was doing what did it get better? So, I'm gonna just leave it the way it is. Let us know if Echo comes back. As anybody who's been here in former streams knows, for some reason that just kind of comes and goes, and we can take care of it on the fly. But the hardware just kind of gets weird. So, I'm going to change my character. Anybody who is a fan of Horatio Curtis, the swashbuckling dumbass, I'm afraid he's out of here. The cameras very well might change because I've got camera changes linked to their hotkey to individual keys on the keyboard, so the cameras are going to start going around, but just ignore that for now.
Gib Jib.
Yup, yup.
We got Gib Twillery, the a gnome wizard. You'll know a little bit more about him when we get started. Krath needs to be replaced. We no longer have Krath of the Hound Strangler class.
Krath is now a fine pair of boots for an undead lord.
Krath is now a fine boot.
It's true.
Single one boot.
Ankle boot.
Das Boot.
So what is your character's name?
Cronut.
That's right, you're Cronut.
Delicious.
Oh, good. It knows not to change the cameras when I'm changing text in here.
His parents named
Brother
him that.
Daniel is the one person besides DM that's not going to change. Hellor Ironbones, our leader who started this whole adventure.
I didn't realize I'd gone with another K name. I just somehow blanked on that. Is now Kalos Olmoran. K-L-O-S.
Calgoran Bones. It's the same name.
Yeah. Yeah, you got it in one. Well done.
There we go.
You
Kalos
people,
Olmoran.
you people in your last names, good, so civilized. Knock it off.
It's okay. Last time you had way too long of a last name, so we had to shorten this to one name.
Wasn't that a last name? It was a clan name.
Yeah, but like it came after your first name and it was too long.
Uh-huh.
So we're counting your last name.
You know, I'm a fan of shorts. They're comfy and easy to wear.
Should
Hit that bell for me.
Okay. Yes, good reason to introduce, for those of you who are newer to this, haven't been to a D&D stream before, or haven't seen one I've, rare times that I've premiered it in a music stream, we have the bell, which is our way of signifying that we really liked something, thought it was funny or clever or what have you. Any one person can bell anybody else, and that includes all of you. If you just say ding in chat, give some context because of stream delay of what you're dinging. We will happily administer the ding on your behalf if you really like something that one of us said. So that was our first. The echo is back. Damn it. You gotta be fucking kidding me. It's never been this bad. One of these days, I'm going to need some real hardware that is not having 5 mics on plug-in power that are just going into different parts of my computer and trying to sync together. One of these days. Make this happen for real.
One day. Not today. But one day.
I've refreshed their mics, which seems to have helped in the past. Hopefully it's not going to keep going that often, though.
Why's it got to be our mics, huh? Why can't it be your mic?
Because yours I can disable and re-enable quickly, and the second mic bay plugin is definitely the one that gets off.
Hopefully you'll be able to have that tech for more than one day.
Yeah.
One day more?
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, now we have to figure out a way to shoehorn all of these new characters somehow into the adventure.
I mean, Brother Daniel's the only survivor. I guess you want to finish what happened?
You want to put up some flyers?
Yeah.
For the
Finish what you started, human.
That's pretty much what I'm planning on doing. First things first, we got to go to the Church of Surrender and inform them of what happened. Joy.
Is there a Church of Surrender in Fort Inevitable?
I don't think so.
I might be writing a letter.
I think that the best you can do is like a Church of Abadar. He's the god of civilizations.
And cities. And taxes. Yes. That is literally what the Church of Abadar do.
This is true.
See, that's what I was saying. It's not just me. Anything that is me should be both of us because our mics are treated the same. So yeah, it's something with our mics that's echoing.
Would it help if I moved the mic to a different location?
No, it is not placement of mic. It's how the computers. It's how you use it. Yeah. There's a couple of things I want to check. One is to make sure the computer is not listening.
That is how that happened. Yeah.
Which is a possibility. We'll try and get this all fixed before we get started.
pretty much exactly how that
the
happened.
echo would be really annoying.
Oh, early days Pathfinder art.
It's a moon space.
All right, actually, give me 1 second to use a real mouse.
This is
on
not
this
Wayne,
one.
though, right?
Huh?
This isn't Wayne.
Go ahead.
so-
All right. Well, I will continue the pathward on.
Finding the path.
I do have to find the path.
Pathfinding.
I unfortunately do not have a spell for that. Instead, ye old flyer of looking for help may exactly be, I'll put like a folding table up, and be that level of recruiting.
By coincidence.
Get like a poster board and like drawn it with Sharpie and duct tape it to your table.
By coincidence,
Get
on
a
the
dozen
day you
Krispy
put up
Kremes to
flyers,
draw people in.
A donkey-drawn cart enters Fort Inevitable with a thin-looking elf man and a big dumb orc riding in it.
Work available.
Drool.
I say, Cronut, with our rapid flight from Daggermark, it might be a good idea to obtain some capital. We go work now, make much gold, have good time, buy beer.
Beer. Gold.
Is there a stable or somewhat where I can...
There is a chance that made it better. There is an equal chance it made it that much worse. Let me know which happened. Also, there's a chance that it did nothing at all because the stream would have to be refreshed for it to take into an account. I have no idea which of those three happened because I can't really monitor the audio right now.
We enter the lair of Heisenberg's uncertainty principle.
Yeah. So feel free to let me know if that did anything at all and if that made it better or worse. Yeah, I imagine similarly. So you're putting up a flyer around town.
It did not make it better.
Did not make it. Did it change it at all? Is the next question.
Stream delay.
Yeah, roughly 8 seconds of stream delay. We're all waiting on painting polar bears. That's straight.
If you paint a polar bear on a white background,
I think that's the idea.
you just draw the little nose.
And the eyes, I think.
Now everyone is okay. So it made it worse.
Everything is echo. Everything reverbs when you're part of the stream. Everything is echo when you play in D&D.
That worked really well.
Thank you.
I'm sure it sounded really annoying
I'm sure it did.
with echo.
It probably sounded annoying even without it.
Yeah, that would rely on me caring about what you thought, Barton.
Burn ward. Ooh. 1 to the burn ward. 2 to the burn ward. Did they see a jester man now?
I think they still see
I
us.
think they always see a Jester Man. Except right now while he's off camera.
Sing us a song for the Jester Man.
All right, I've continued to adjust their. I think it still might be the sync that I've got on their mic, like the delay, or like actually an anti-delay that's making it sound like we're echoing because we're coming through on both mics. I don't know. The good news is it's horribly burnt pizza doesn't taste as bad. Damn it! I thought there would be good news regarding our audio. I don't give a shit about pizza that I don't get to eat.
Yeah.
I appreciate the experience of pizza, even if it's not my experience.
But I want it.
Okay, one last thing that I want to
After all those sandwiches, I
that
know.
fan needs to actually hit at least one of us.
I mean, it's hitting me.
So,
Okay, by one of us I meant
Yes, displease your DM. See how that works for you.
I truly meant.
I mean, it killed him last time, so...
Well, let's
to
be
grab him.
perfectly clear as a recap. That goddamn trapdoor right there killed everybody.
It did. That trapdoor was responsible for all
Which,
the death.
thankfully, we can kind of metagame that, because I imagine Brother Daniel would be all like, so here's what you should know some shit about level 2.
Well, after I hire you.
Yeah, no, I'd totally show up with my, with a weird hat, and you see this gnome kind of hobbling in, ready to go, glasses, like, on end of nose, and, looking a lot more formal than you would see a lot of adventurers looking.
Is there a place where I can like acquire accommodations in advance, like an inn?
Actually, the only things in Fort Inevitable is a shop where you can buy, sell, or exit, and a save spot. No, just kidding.
We're in one of those. Okay. Well, at least that probably means our inventory space is unlimited.
Well, and there's also one other thing to talk to. There's a guy with a folding table.
Does he have a
Oh, like there's
exclamation point above
other
his
things
head?
to talk to, but they all say the same thing and repeat.
It's not just an exclamation point, it's a gold.
Oh wow!
Ooh.
Gold.
I-
Here.
Have I
I saw
attuned
you.
to this quest yet?
It's the first part. No.
I saw your flyer and your gold exclamation.
Yes. So I'm putting together a small team.
There's an inn.
Great.
I can't find it, but
It's fine.
there
How
has
much,
to
how
be
much
one.
should I put down to rent a room for a month?
Boop, boop, boop.
A month. You're so
To
optimistic.
investigate.
That's that good old-fashioned elven optimism.
Yeah, man.
Did I lose my? There it is.
So I'm putting together a small team to investigate,
yes.
and generally clear out the beginning levels of the Emerald Spire. And if we are successful, we will continue to go deeper.
Well, I'm your man. Gib Twillery's the name.
I am Brother Daniel of the Church of Surrender.
We got our first
Party
follower.
plus one.
Sir Banty 2K has joined our party, I suppose.
Yep.
I mean, it's not a party you want to join. Most of the people have died, but thank you for giving your follow despite echoes and everything. I was leaving that out. You blame Aquaman for any and all stream technical difficulties? Good
That is
choice.
acceptable.
It's
Acceptable.
indeed
too.
Aquaman's fault.
Acceptable.
The
yes.
Juliver Arms
Are you in
is
need of
a
an
noteworthy inn.
arcanist?
Absolutely.
Well, then look no further.
It's
So
expensive.
I realize this might be a stereotype, but forgive me. I've met very few gnomes.
Okay.
Are you a master of
Gold a
illusions?
day.
Okay, so see,
30 gold then.
whoa. That's racist. Okay? Yes. Let's to be fair, because of my gnome blood, I could cast an illusion or two if I chose to. That is not what I specialize in. I don't do illusions. If you're looking for an illusionist, I'm not your man.
Well, what do you do?
I look out for danger. You see, I am, full disclosure, I'm trying to start up my own company with my cousin. It is, we call it Tactics. It is Twillery and Cousin Twillery's insurance coverage solution. We are, yes, we are trying to start up an adventurers insurance company. And, well, I need to scout out and get a sense for what sort of dangers adventurers are likely to actually encounter. Do the math, find out how the payout should be. I'm an actuary. Need to find out what to actually pay out for various situations. Incidentally, if you do well, we might want you in our network of clerics.
This actually would be an excellent opportunity for you to experience adventuring firsthand, as there are many wonderful experiences to be had in the Emerald Spire that are very, very both typical and amazing.
Okay. Sounds good to me. But yes, so I could do an illusion if pressed. I really don't like them. They don't
not your
fit.
thing.
They don't fit my mathematical model. Is the problem? They're so hard to. They're just so flexible in what could happen. I can't. All of my models so far just can't account for them. So I really don't like them. But if pressed, sure, I could do an illusion or two. But I throw out a little bit of keeping watch on what's going on, and a little bit of just blasty and whatever's necessary.
All good
Admittedly, I don't have a lot of experience. There's only so much I can do so far, but I'm looking to improve in the process.
Well,
I am officially schooled. I went to university. I know the theories behind the magic. I just need a little more application, field work.
this
You need to
certainly
tighten up the
is the
graphics
place
on
to
level
do-
3.
This certainly is the place to do your field work.
Yes. No hunting gnomes.
It's a pretty amazing gnome voice.
And
Bravo.
Yes.
worked on it last night at work. Well, nobody was around. It was mostly me in the bathroom, with it really echoing and like constantly looking at the door to make sure that nobody was coming in, especially while lifting up my shirt and touching my nipples, just really getting into it for other reasons. Emo does not get a character. She just, she's kind of there.
Emo is her own character.
Yeah.
Ooh, she can be my familiar.
Yes.
She will be the barbarian's familiar.
Incidentally, I do not have a familiar. I have a lot of items of lovely junk.
Ooh, you're a man rolling an arcane bond wizard.
Man.
I like that.
He kind of messes with this little clockwork ring that doesn't really seem to do anything. It just kind of makes a clicky noise when you spin it.
Clicky noise.
Yeah.
So, do it again.
Any steampunk jewelry. Really.
Yeah, exactly. It's got gears for no reason. Got gears for years.
Bedazzled some gears.
And sprockets for dockets.
Pretty much.
But who are these lovely chaps?
We have not arrived yet.
Who are those lovely chaps in the distance that you have no reason to particularly know?
I don't know. I'm hoping that
They seem significant as opposed to all the other townsfolk.
That's true. They do so to stand out.
Yes. Eventually, a rather tall and lanky-looking elf, accompanied by
A definitely taller and bare-chested, burly, hairy orc.
yes.
Do you have like the bandoliers?
I have one bandolier.
I have two.
Just the one bandolier for me.
When did this become a Rob Layfield?
When you killed everybody else.
Fair enough.
I will continue trying to fix that echo because it seems to be still really complaining. I'm adjusting values.
So there is now a folding table
Indeed.
with a human and a gnome sitting at it.
The elf places down one of the flyers. I hear someone is looking for some aid in an adventure.
And as the elf and his orc shadow get closer, you can definitely smell the orc.
Maybe that's why I was pointing like, whoa, what is that smell?
Like, you know, kind of the aroma of someone who's been at the gym and you're currently at the gym and there's gym smell everywhere.
Yes.
Now, imagine that happening every day with no showers.
All concentrated down to one individual.
Also, braided hair, armpit hair. That,
Braided armpit hair.
yeah,
Wow.
braided armpit hair that just collects the essence,
The musk.
the
Yeah.
ode to
Ode to orc.
Ode to ogre.
Ode to Cronut.
Yeah.
Ode to
Ode to
Cronut.
Cronut.
Ode to
Yeah.
Cronut.
Yeah,
Ode to
we'll,
Cronut.
we'll be branding that later. Yeah, you can smell
King
that.
Polar Bear says, oh no, I thought you said give 'em smell, but as opposed to give 'em hell, but just gym smell in quotes.
Mhm.
Yeah, you seem to be selling the smell.
I certainly am experiencing some aroma.
Are like flowers just wilting in your path as you go by?
Well, as you see,
Weeds
you
are
see
sprouting
that
up.
you see
Okay,
the elf
yeah.
has a handkerchief in his sleeve that he just
Yeah.
kind of every once in a while takes a
Just a
takes
whiff.
a whiff of.
I
Yeah.
imagine.
I've heard you are looking for aid in an adventure.
This is 100% true. You've come to the right place. I am looking for adventurers to help me explore and map out the Emerald Spire.
Interesting. What is the Emerald Spire?
Yeah.
It's visible from where I am.
You're from
right?
Daggermark. You've heard of it.
Okay.
Just
Interesting.
that.
I have heard of the Emerald Spire.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you come across this desire to explore the Emerald Spire?
Well, I was dispatched.
Did you get caught in a fire?
Yeah.
I
Or was it played on a lyre?
Does it make you perspire?
All of these things are true.
Fire!
This joke sure does tire.
All of these things are true.
Echo fixed. There we go.
Hey, look at that.
Hey,
All right.
that's it. Puns fix
Fell.
the echo.
Okay, yeah, we're belling fixing the echo. So
And then the echo's
we
back.
also actually, we do actually need a slide whistle for this though, because the reason why the echo was happening was actually an attempt to make the audio not echo. I gave an artificial like delay type thing to you guys' mics to try and when I was doing audio tests before it made it sync up, and when we're streaming apparently it didn't. So yeah, my attempt to make sure there wouldn't be an echo ahead of time made it echo.
Guaranteed an echo.
Yeah.
So the reason why I am leading this small expedition into the Emerald Spire, it's a glorious reason. It's a good reason. It's because the church wanted me to, and it's also because
And nothing more.
it's also because
Does Pinocchio's nose just start growing, or?
He's really trying to find a good way to phrase this, and he can't.
Church, you are a man of God.
Well, one of them, yes.
A little fly starts buzzing around,
Yeah.
catches the orc's attention, and he just kind of follows it with his eyes.
It's fine. He'll be like that for at least 5 minutes.
And
Go on.
I can say that the Emerald Spire poses many dangers, and I was part of an expedition much larger, and it has since failed. And because of that,
You stumbled right over that word that failed.
it did in fact fail. Yes.
What were the mission parameters?
The same as before. Like we're still going in there to map it out and to clear out and to clear out the guy from Fort Inevitable who we were talking to from before. He said something about dead presence.
Yes. Undead popping out of the Emerald Spire with a special sigil. 2 Hell Knight signifiers are missing. Some wizards from another wizards guild are missing, and we should map it all.
So, what I've gleaned is that there are several people missing, Hell Knight initiates and wizards, and we were trying to figure that out. Also, there was a large amount of, well, not large, but some amount of undead streaming forth from the undead from the Emerald Spire, and we were going to try to figure that out as well. It did not go as well as I had hoped, and yeah.
Could you categorize
so
how well you hoped it would go and how
So
it failed
they
to live up to expectations?
Your companions fled in terror, right? Undead are very
If I
scary.
fled- oh yeah, the undead are in fact very scary. This is true.
Undead, not scary.
I have to agree with Cronut here. They're not the worst.
Just
No,
break
they're
them.
not the worst. Well, I do that with the light. I can make light do that. Pretty cool.
The orc starts looking up at the sun.
No, other light. It's fine. It's fine. The sun's fine.
I get the sense Cronut is put all of his points into intelligence.
Well, we rolled stats for Cronut, and his mental stats are disappointing. He's also a feral orc, which means that he's...
What are you rolling here? Tell the stream. What do you got?
Mental stats are a net -6.
On the mods.
Yeah.
So all of his scores are below 10, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Single
10
digits.
10 being the average for an individual in general.
So I'm sorry, I interrupted you. You were going to fully explain the situation.
Well, I think that I've pretty much covered it. It's again, we're going in there to find out why these undead are coming out with this sigil on them. We're going in there to find some Hell Knight initiates and some wizards that have been taken, and we're going in there to map it. The reason why I am continuing after the disappointing failure of the previous expedition is because the church still wants me to.
Yes, but go back to the failure of the previous expedition.
Yeah,
How
I feel
exactly
like
did
we
it
keep
fail?
Stumbling over that part.
How exactly did it fail? Well, I think it's important to tell you that the Emerald Spire
like where
is
this is going.
trapped, and it is trapped in lots of very nasty ways. And my companions fell prey to one of those traps.
Perhaps you could tell us a little more about the trap so that we don't fall prey to it.
Absolutely, I will point all of them out that I'm aware of, including the spiked pits and the pressure plates and the other things.
They're all talking about your orc drool and the ability to possibly use it as a spell component. Or the creative shake his head and a ball of drool could wrap around enemies' faces and stun them momentarily.
Well, I'm sure the orc will be drooling on the gnome wizard, and you'll be able to discover if it's a spell component or not.
Yeah.
I might save it in my collection.
Anyway.
It just
That's
takes
creepy.
a vial. stoppers it up.
Who knows?
A week later, it's fermented.
It just starts eating through the glass immediately.
It's like 130 proof.
Yeah, orc drill's been known to just spontaneously combust.
No reason.
All right, if the echo is indeed coming back and forth like that, then there's really nothing I can do about it because we're not changing anything. So yeah, it just oscillates. Well, it just means that I'll have to look all the more into spending some money on getting a better mic solution for this. But for today, it seems like it's just going to go back and forth. All I can do is keep trying to do the thing I've been doing that seems to keep resetting it, but God, it keeps coming back really quickly. Hopefully that reset it again. But yeah, I will invest in a better mic solution for the future. But anyway.
So now that I've gathered you all here, and you've agreed to join me in
Well,
this
wait a minute.
wonderful expedition.
I don't know if I've agreed to anything yet.
I agree.
What kind of shares are we looking for out of this
equal
expedition?
share. I'm not
I see.
a horrible person of any type. The church is a fair and honest and good church, and as such, I have written up a contract of as seen here. This contract stipulates that every member of the expedition receive an equal share of any treasure that is found. All art objects and non-usable equipment will be sold, and the proceeds divided evenly.
Well, this seems amenable.
The orc looks down at the elf. Kanos is good.
I think so, is good, yes. And if not good, bang bang.
I shot her down, bang, bang.
She hit the ground, bang bang.
As long as you let me come along and don't get in the way of my note-taking, and perhaps a few interview questions along the way about your experiences. I can obviously only experience my mathematics from the point of view of a wizard, but I'll need to know, what was it like as a cleric? What was it like as
I'm happy to answer those questions.
What do you two do?
Oh, I have some limited knowledge of the arcane arts as well as certain scientific principles, and
Then I might need to collaborate on my notes to make sure that we've got two different data points on these statistics. What about what do you do?
You get a big toothy grin, and Krona just pulls this big mighty hammer off of his back.
There shows me for trying to not judge a book by its cover.
Yep.
Cronut also is a caster. He casts Slay Living.
And slay undead, if possible.
He doesn't read books. He doesn't know what you're talking about.
Pulls out a spell book. Decides to keep it far away.
Devil book.
Well, the only reason it might be worse for lockdowns is just because he's sitting closer to the other mics, so his voice is going to carry on to the second set of mics more than mine. That's the only reason why. It's just, ours would be doing it equally much. Mine is just less loud on their end, so you can't tell the difference as much.
Oh wow, no more echo.
Yeah, as
Yeah,
I
this
said,
is just gonna be maddening.
It's just
Maddening
random.
time.
So unfortunately, you'll have to put up with it this stream. I'm really sorry, but next time.
What we
hopefully-
should do is we should set ourselves up in separate sound booths, and like do it that way.
No, what I need is I just need a way to get some battery power to the individual mics so that they can all go into the same input. Because the problem is they're going into two different inputs right now because they can't draw plug-in power into 5 different mics at the same time. It can barely do it on 2 ports. I have to kind of trick my computer into doing it. And so if I can get them all into 1 port, then they'll at least all be synchronized. They may be off from the video, but at least they'll be together and there won't be echo. But yeah, unfortunately, since they're being treated differently, and it seems like it keeps kind of like warbling in and out, like the exact timing of them, no matter what change I do, it keeps changing.
Yep.
Hey, welcome back, Alpha Devil. You're done with your exams. Well, we're just about to finally get started on heading back in, it seems. And yeah, take a seat and mind the echo. Yes, this is a D&D stream today, so that would be why it's very different from the stream you'll be watching tomorrow, hopefully. The music stream.
So yes, now that we've gathered together to do this, and the contract has been signed and notarized by the priest of Abadar, because that's what I'm going to do.
That's not even very fancy.
Just an X for Cronut.
Cronut has made his mark. This counts.
Make
Hey,
mark.
no, pull the contract away before he pees on it.
No, you jest, but no.
Yeah, I don't.
So you guys are going to return to level 2.
Indeed.
The Emerald Spire.
Emerald level 1 is still
Conveniently bereft of inhabitants.
I will do my best to point out all of the traps from before, as they are noted.
Once we get to level 2, Callus will pull a stoppered vial from his belt. Go, excuse me for a moment as I prepare. And as he drinks it, he convulses slightly, grows 6 inches taller, his ears lengthen, his teeth sharpen and become fangs entire, and he grows a long set of claws. Now I'm prepared to adventure.
Didn't put that on your resume.
I said I had knowledge of certain scientific principles.
I'm okay with this, actually.
Me too. He's just like scribbling notes to be like, very interesting. The math will have to keep that in mind.
And Cronut will do the same thing. Or rather, draw his loose eye.
And then the deck mutagen takes a hit to what? Wisdom?
Charisma. Or actually, wisdom.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah. Con does charisma.
So your transformation.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yes.
Your transformation is affecting your
Perception.
and yes,
Will save.
uh,
It's a good thing my perception remains pretty decent.
being an elf. Yes, one imagine so.
Yeah, my perception.
Why don't we get our minis on the board, and I'll try and get this into a nice little focusing on the stairs where we come in.
By the giant green Pringle can
Yes,
that is the
that
Emerald
is the
Spire.
Emerald Spire.
As you can see,
We counted for it.
This TV's actually big enough that I can see the map better looking at the TV
Yeah, really?
than at the map
Even with the
because of the
fuzziness of
angle.
like having to zoom in that far?
But it's at not as much of an angle as where I'm sitting.
Well,
so
you're welcome.
yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Thank you.
This is fine. I got it.
Where would you recommend we proceed?
Where did they fall prey to traps?
Well, as we sort of move around, I will give them the general layout of everything that I've seen. And I will point out where the traps are on this general layout of the map that I've started making.
yes. From what you explored, you remember that there was a room where the spire itself was. It seemed to be a sort of like necromancer workshop. There was a trap in that room that no one triggered. There was the large sort of pit with lots of webbing and a ladder that was going down to the level below. There was a room filled with baby spiders that you had to nuke with some fire magic.
Good times.
And then there was a large throne room where the final battle mostly took place. It is where you ran into the strange skeleton thing. And then the fight sort of spilled out into a hallway where unpleasant circumstances happened.
So I will talk about all this. I will also talk about how these traps are maintained and maintained. Specifically, how these spiders repair them and reset them.
As we go inside, I will drink my infusion of heightened awareness,
Sweet.
All right, I will.
which is +2 to perception and I forget, but I can deactivate it for a +4 to initiative.
Occurs to me, Cronut, I guess, is actually not topless. He's wearing a Masterwork chain shirt, and I suppose that's definitionally on his top.
Yeah.
But he's just wearing the metal.
It's the Frank Frazetta version of a chain shirt.
I will pull out my wand and just kind of
Like every
give
Conan
mage armor to
I've
myself.
ever seen.
It's like the chain shirt just kind of like goes like this, and like one of his pecs is clearly exposed. And
It's more of a chain vest.
Okay.
He looks like Aladdin.
I mean, except in every way that is actually meaningful.
Truly.
Right. Some metal.
The full metal Aladdin.
I like that
unless
5th
you-
edition barbarians can just go completely naked and be
Yeah.
Well,
In
unless
fact,
you
it
have
might help.
a better suggestion, I would move that we should engage this thing that slew your former
Well,
companions.
I will say that was in the throne room, and I will say that one of his tactics was also to try to lead people into traps. And we should not let him do that.
We should trap him.
Anything else he did we should know about? Big undead guy?
He was a pretty big undead guy. I seem to remember he was wearing armor. I seem to remember that.
You may remember that he like made people afraid and run off. I mean,
Yeah,
not that we could really do much
right.
about
Right,
that.
he had the ability to cause fear. I want to say.
Or Cronuts, if it is he, swing his hands. Says painting gold.
That's pretty good.
Well, in that case, I believe we should proceed to the room with the tiny spiders.
Cronut is strong as 10.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
It's his selling point.
He beat them galloping orcs.
Who sent those guns to their lords? Why, Prince Cronut?
No, no.
He
was a prince
stopped
once.
having the 75 golden candles, though.
Well, he lost them all in
Just
gambling.
gawk and goggle
I have
and
literally
stare.
75 gold pieces.
Maybe the
camel
camelbacks. Wow. Perfect.
Well.
Do you have anything for purple peacocks? Like 53 of them.
Trail rations. I've got 10 trail rations. Each trail ration is 5 purple peacocks.
Proud to work for him.
Sorry.
So spiders.
To the spiders.
You figured that probably the safest way to get to the throne room would be to go this way, into the baby spider room, where there was a secret door that led to the throne room. It avoids any traps.
I will point this out and avoid sounds like only as I do. And,
You could start by traveling.
yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
And avoid the chamber of spiders.
Who will go first? Do we have pendants of life? We really need them after last time. Yeah, I guess you're our pendants of life.
Cronut will gladly go first, though, as long as you're
Followed by-
pointing what direction he's going.
I will direct.
Kalos will follow.
Somebody's got to take up the rear. Damn it, it's just going to be me.
Ding ding. Ding ding ding
Ding
ding.
ding 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 ding.
So yes, you proceed. The baby spider room is still thankfully void of baby spiders. They seem to have not been able to replenish the infanticide you inflicted upon them last time. And if you recall, there was a secret door through the mountains. Secret door.
Well, I will point out the secret door.
Well, I mean, you would know better than we do. If that secret door is safe, and I trust you to send Cronut first.
Good. Cronut, open the door.
Before we open the door, I will drink an infusion of expedition.
I will point out that this goes to the throne room, and we very well could be in battle on the other side.
Okay. Well, I'm as ready as I can be. Cronut. You're very big, but I have to assume that you wouldn't exactly take offense to being even bigger.
Ooh.
That's what I thought.
That's one of his favorite
That's
things.
kind of what I thought. Just if it happens, don't freak out. It was me. Almost certainly. I can't imagine.
Are you guys attempting to do this with any amount of
Yes,
stealth?
we are.
Sure.
Sorry to hear that.
Boom.
I recommend fixing.
He's good. Yes.
Stealth roll?
Would be good if possible.
Would you like us to roll stealth, Seth?
Yes, and give yourself a +10 bonus.
Wow. Because of walls.
Yes, there's intervening walls and space.
30.
Nice.
19.
25.
12.
Ah,
There it is.
12? Is that with the? That's with the +10.
Oh no, not.
Okay, 22.
22.
Okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're gonna have a problem.
22.
Two?
22.
Two?
Right, so you guys proceed to open the secret doors.
Just kind of poke it open with the hammer.
However, even with that, those the lowest was the 22.
19.
19 was the lowest. Well, our Bone Priest friend has got a pretty decent ear, and he seems to have heard you coming.
Okay.
And he seems to have also replaced his skeletal minions.
I wonder how.
Without the external ear, how would you locate where the sound is coming from?
Necromagic. His necrodermis determined where it was.
I haven't seen that movie in a while.
What movie is that?
Spawn.
Oh, okay. That explains it.
Is that where the term comes from? Spawn.
The Necrodermis is the Necrons from 40k.
Well, I'm sure Spawn.
Yes, it was like Necro something.
that's what I
Yeah,
thought.
because Necro something is like the standby of any time you write fiction that has an undead thing.
Yes, the Bone Priest himself is kind of crouched behind his line of bone shields, as it were.
Oh look, bone shield.
Do any of these bone shields look familiar?
Ooh.
Actually, not to us, but to Brother Daniel.
Brother Daniel, two of them seem like one is wearing the tattered pantaloons of a dandy.
Okay, well, if I remember correctly, they'll come off real easy, because they were made to be quick change pants.
While the other is wearing like rusted, whatever armor Calgor was wearing.
Is one of them small sized?
No.
Well, no, because he told him he was a wizard. He's gonna get.
That was me.
No, that was him.
Oh, right.
Apparently,
Press.
those experiments are over.
They were apparently successful.
Yeah. Or they just stole his pants, and the experiment's still going on somewhere else.
But as you enter, the Bone Priest kind of hisses, "I warned you. To return would be death." Actually, I don't know if he ever spoke to you.
Did he? Did he
But
want that, or
maybe
is he a big
maybe his mind has gone a little bit. They're going to roll some initiative.
I warned
I
you.
will too.
I totally. Wait, hold on. No, that was the other guy. Shit. Starting to lose it. Go back in. It'll be cooler.
I mean, you can roll initiative if you want to.
I have chosen to very well.
I'm going to elect to roll initiative.
I have done.
Cronut is doing his first combat roll on a 20. Nice. So for a 21 initiative.
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, we're getting the full spread here.
What does that give you, like a 3?
No, I'm actually. It gives me an 8. I'm not bad initiative.
Apparently not.
So Cronut's on a 21. 8 for Gibjib. Gibjib. Gibub. Wib.
Well, I am a diviner, though. That's not especially the reason why I'm good at that. Like, that helped a little bit.
Big Daniel on a 17.
Yeah, that would only give you the 2.
Yeah. It gives you.
And the improved initiative gives you 1.
So the Daniel and
15
for
for Kalos.
Kalos.
Burning the
5.
spell in the process.
So you get a plus 2 dex.
Yeah, you figured it out.
I forgot my
More
scratch
importantly
paper,
is the
babe.
effect on you can't really be surprised.
What was your modifier on that 15?
It was a plus 10.
All right, so you were high 15.
Oh wait, he's that music. I expect you to stand up while also DMing. Say what's going on. D&D and acapella.
D and Docapella.
That's a different game. Yeah, no, I don't even play that game. But I know that. Now, this is where it all will last. Well, technically, it all very literally went downhill right there.
All right, the skeletons are the first to act.
The Skelemens go first.
They are quick on the draw.
Shocker.
Who is who? Well, I I can't point to the minis that well, but as you see in the cast of characters,
You don't have combat
at the
reflexes.
bottom right, you can see our names. Do you mean just like which one of these bodies is which name? Because as we go around the table, Jay, Carl, Barton, Sean, and Seth. And they're playing those respective characters down there.
Yes, the skeletons advance. They are armed with bony claws. And they will attempt to claw at Cronut. Your flat-footed AC is what, sir?
14.
Oh dear.
I'm glad there's a healer nearby.
You were fortunate, though, Cronut. Their claws just ricochet off your chain mail and your abs. Your chiseled abs. You deflect them with your pecs and your gigaceps. And
What the hell is a gigacep?
You have muscles that don't exist.
Please, that's a gigacep.
Your ultra quads and your. Which brings us to our friend with the muscles,
Even your eyelids
Cronut.
have abs.
Cool. I'll 5-foot step back this way,
I thought as much.
and then I will Lucerne Hammer the one that's 10 feet away from me.
Which one? That one or that one?
How about the one
that's furthest, I guess?
The one that doesn't have another in between, let's
Yeah.
say.
That makes more sense.
Ease of reference.
Yeah.
Are you going into a frothing rage?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Alright.
Save that for a better moment. But we will power attack.
The director of the show
22.
Requests once again that we find a way to take our fight into this more easily covered area.
We'll try.
You
Area
hit.
map that's easier to depict.
21 damage.
Holy God.
That'll do it.
You obliterate that skeleton.
Way to make an opening statement.
Just into
Hammer
powder.
time. Just 5-foot step back as he just smacks him.
I'm gonna say that was Horatio's skeleton that you just threw powder.
Rip the pantaloons asunder.
I guess he's not as good at parrying and reposting.
Brother D.
Okay. Well, none of us have taken any damage yet. That's good.
It is good.
So
That's bad.
I'm going to channel energy. I'm going to channel energy to affect undead. And
Yes.
you're going to have to remind me how to do that.
They have to make a will save.
And you roll a d6.
Hey.
The DC would be 11 plus your charisma mod.
So 14.
One fails, one makes it. So roll your d6.
Rolling a d6
Roll it. 4?
for 4 damage.
All right, I'm gonna say the one closest dissolves into dust.
Oh wow. They're rocking less than 4 HP.
Now remember,
Or 4 exactly.
the problems came a little bit more that way last time.
The other one is mega effed up looking after that. Cool. It is all kind of. I'm gonna say this was Calgor's skeleton. It's kind of more thick than the rest of the skeletons.
Fair point.
We're not going to shame him.
That brings us to Kalos.
Yes. Okay. Good reason to shift the camera to here.
You will have an attack of opportunity
Indeed, I will.
from a heavily damaged skeleton.
Its target
you
is
pass.
24.
It misses. Indeed.
And then he will attempt to bite the skeleton priest.
Sweet. Get a nice calcium intake.
That didn't land.
That's why the cowl from
And he does not very well with a 9.
No, indeed. He chomps a little bit too enthusiastically. Was that a charge?
No.
Okay. Oh, and yet expeditious retreat up, I see. Gotcha. So you were moving with magical quickness.
We will find out whether or not that'll happen. Spoiler alert, mechanically no, but
Mr. Bone Priest, he's got some trubs here.
Damn trubs.
What does he do?
he doesn't worry and he's be happy. So
Like
he doesn't
the
make the
Dodger
trouble.
from Oliver and Company?
No.
He will take a 5-foot step away from the freakish, bitey elf, and he will attempt to cast a spell.
It's unsurprising. I will spellcraft that spell.
Am I inside?
Yeah.
Oh, of course, now I get the nat 20. 28 to spellcraft that spell.
He's casting Hold Person.
Ruh-roh.
I need you to make a will save as he tries to
This is an enchantment, correct?
paralyze you. Yes. So you get your elf bonus.
I get a 9.
You are paralyzed.
That's 2 9s, both of which didn't work for you very well.
Yeah. My d20 is not being particularly helpful.
Unless you're
Bad
spellcraft.
news bears. Which brings us to Gibjib.
All right. Back of the room, I see a skeleton ahead of me. I think it is time for a little something that is known as just your bog standard magic missile. You can't fail. Goes right at that dude.
You don't even have to roll. Because it only has 2 hit points remaining.
I will do a
You
minimum
do a minimum of 2. So the magic missile will destroy a Skeleman.
He just immediately doesn't revel in the glory or anything like that. Just immediately writing notes down. Be like, okay.
You've got an 80-foot speed,
just
right?
like-
Or 40-foot speed. Yeah.
Writing down equations.
This is what I had.
Well done, Gibjib. Which brings us to Cronut.
Yes, can I charge him?
Oh, you can
I do
still
want to
move.
move to just get kind of behind him and stay as close to seeing him as possible.
I think you should be able to charge right up there, right? From there?
Yeah.
Well, then let's.
Or actually from there, but still, I think. Because both doors are open. So that's a yes?
Sure.
Okay.
Then let's charge in a frothing rage.
Yeah!
There's that drool.
So let's see. That'll give me what, +2 on my attack, +4 on my attack because I'm charging.
Correct.
Cool, and power attacking, of course.
The 2 from the charge, 2 from the rage.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And power attacking.
Roll better than I did. That is not what I said to do.
12, but plus the 4 makes for 16.
You hit!
And so I'm only +2 damage because the charge doesn't do that. But
Well, +3 because you're two-handed. Or does it not do that?
not unchained.
Unchained is different. But you do get power attack
Yeah.
damage bonus.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the one downside of the unchained. But oh well. 19 damage.
He resists some of that.
This is both bludgeoning or piercing.
Yes, he resists some of it,
I think
indeed.
it needs to be magic.
It's masterwork.
That has an M and an
What are
A.
you doing back there, Jeannie?
She is
Snuffling.
enjoying rubbing her face against the couch as it is a daily thing. for
But
her.
19 was the number.
Usually done over
It is still a pretty powerful blow.
That's good. I'm not holding it against you.
Enough perhaps to do 14 damage?
Perhaps, you might say.
There's 1 round of rage used up.
Alrighty, good job. Cronut. Brother Daniel is next.
Let's try that song and dance again. I would like to move up and channel energy.
I think he's still out of range with a single move.
Yeah.
Well then, shucks. Well then, just move me up so that I'm in position to do things. That sounds good.
Kalos.
I will attempt a full round action to dispel this hold person.
Indeed. Paralysis is a pain in the
Nat
ass.
20.
Yay, you're free.
Okay, good. I don't know what that old crew was having trouble
So
with. This is-
9, 20, 9, 20.
Yeah, it's
Next one in the
well,
draw.
it's gonna be now.
The Bone Priest casts his baleful gaze upon you. I need will saves for everyone but Gimjib.
Yes.
Question. I will roll. Will say. But isn't he in the threatened range of?
This is not a spell.
It's a spell. It's a spell ability.
This is his gaze, his unnerving gaze.
Is this an enchantment effect?
It is a mind-affecting fear
I
effect.
should probably use the 20, not the 12.
Probably.
Would the elf bonus against enchantment spells and spell abilities
No, if
work?
anything, it's probably necromantic in nature.
3.
What is behind the Pringles? Nothing especially. That's the Spire itself. The Pringles is basically just the end of the map.
What kind of is it? You said
There's like some additional.
It is a
mini
fear
backs
effect.
back there.
15.
Everyone is fine except for Cronut. Cronut, you are shaken. So even though you're still raging, it kind of cancels out some of the benefits of your rage.
Not the damage, though, right?
No.
Just the attack.
He seems disappointed that he wasn't able to get more of you feared.
You guys are a real pushover. Call him lockdown right now.
He will then... He will move and provoke from wrist or reach man. Move there.
Okay, so we're no longer charging and shaken. Still power attacking by definition. 25.
Success.
Keep on
Ooh,
rolling
only 13
in the
damage.
free world.
13. So yes, he resists a decent chunk of that. But he's looking kind of fucked up after that.
Yeah.
Definitely might say his bones are a little cracked. Hey, Genie.
He's getting too old for this shit.
Genie, it's not a great space for you.
Yeah.
No Pringles for
Which
Genie.
brings us to a Gib-Jib.
All right. I see the kind of quavering look on Cronut and the how he's. I want to give him something to be happy about. He seems uncomfortable with being so shaken. So it's time to get a little bit closer. Hobble, 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 and go. Point my hands at him thusly and go. Cronut. And I will enlarge person.
You
Which
begin
does take a
casting
round.
in charge.
Yeah.
Enlarge.
So you're beginning your ritual to enlarge a Cronut.
Yes.
Sweet. Which
Those
brings
are the
us
ones that
to
cost $1.50, not $1.
Cronut.
I think Cronut is going to charge the bone guy.
Right. So 2 from the charge, 2 from the rage, minus 2 for the,
Just
the
plus 2.
shaken. Gotcha.
Still power attacking.
Word.
Ooh, 13.
That is not going to do it. You whiff. Clank. Much to the Bone Priest's relief.
Oh my god. That guy's like wicked scary.
Which brings us to our big brother Dan.
You could probably move up 2 and do it.
Hang on a second.
Brother Dan is just holding back the flashbacks.
Vietnam.
Yeah.
20, 30.
You're never too
Okay.
young.
I remember it felt like it was going so swimmingly, and then he started running, and then.
I'm going to move to here, and then I'm going to use my Flame Domain ability to attempt to shoot a firebolt at him.
Sweet.
So I believe I have to hit his touch.
Is this the sign language for firebolt?
It is now.
A firebolt.
I believe I hit him with an 18? Or
Yes.
19, actually.
Sure, yes. Success.
18, yes. 19, sure.
For 6 fire damage.
Big 6.
Big 6.
Burn-nation.
Yep.
He does not resist that. He is a sad panda.
Yep.
So that'll bring us to Kalos.
Who will charge as well. And attempts to contribute to this combat.
It seems like
Does a 16 hit?
Great. Indeed it does.
Taking 9 damage from Kalos's bite.
Again, he resists a significant chunk of that,
Unsurprising.
which means he is still ambulatory. He is...
wow, he's starting to like drag his feet that much. Huh?
Let's see, he will use 1 move action to open the secret door. He will 5-foot step here. And he will try to heal himself. He will cast it defensively. 'cause
I still
think-
have the.
Yeah, you've got your hammer.
I assume he has cover against me.
So 6.
Lost boys, we got him on the run.
Don't jinx this.
Nothing could
Yes.
possibly go wrong.
He manages to cast a dark miracle to reinvigorate his necrodermis.
Hey, at least he's doing it this way as opposed to the way he replenished himself last time.
This is true.
That was a little more unfortunate. For those who were there, it was when he killed us and absorbed us, basically.
And sort of ate our souls.
Yeah.
Gib-Jib.
We'll finish making a sucker big.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, You might be.
out.
You might be just out of range.
Damn it.
Of what? That's within close right now. If he's 30 away.
25 though.
Well,
Plus
it's-
5 for 2.
Right.
Yeah,
It's,
no, you're
it's,
right.
I think enlarged person is close range. Where did he start? He was over here.
Yeah. I could get to
1,
there.
2,
the
3,
closest.
4. 1, 2, 3. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I can't quite get
1,
him.
2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm damn my.
You can enlarge brother Daniel.
Check your app to make sure
That
it's
seems-
close range.
I'm almost positive it is.
There's no way I can hold it, right? Until I like to not finish it until I'm in range.
Well, it takes 1 round to cast. So
Yeah.
you moved last turn and then took a standard to start casting it.
Yeah.
Then you have to take another standard to finish casting
Right.
it.
Can I hold it on that halfway through, or do I
I
have
don't
to expend
think
do it all
so.
in one?
The
Just
spell
three.
is
Wait,
In fact,
being
arguably, I think
cast.
you're gonna have to finish that.
I don't think it takes another standard to finish. It just
Yeah,
triggers
no, it
at the end
doesn't.
of your next turn.
It-
Really?
If you were splitting a full action, it's a standard and a standard.
And if that's the case, doesn't that have to be your next action?
Right, since I wouldn't even be able to move the 4 closer
Yeah.
Right.
first. So I'm way out of range. So I guess it'll
And it is close.
and where I started, I'm not in range of anybody other than myself.
You could enlarge yourself.
I guess I'd rather not really. That's not. It's only gonna hurt me. So I'll just let it fizzle. Unfortunately. Just wait, man. Just,
Pro tip:
yeah.
cast it before you enter the combat.
Yeah. Well, he jot some notes down about that, about the way that affects things.
I certainly recognize
And
that
then
charging would have disrupted that, but Cronut has no
And
idea
then
about
And then
ranges.
continues waddling
Also,
forward.
Cronut doing damage is probably more important at this point.
Keeps waddling forward, but otherwise.
Cronut.
Does he have cover for me, or is
No, I'm gonna say
Okay.
no.
Then I will take a move action to go into my powerful stance, which does an extra damage, and then I will attack him. What's not? No, I'm gonna rage. I'm not gonna choose not to power tackle. I'm gonna rage. That's silly. Power attack continues.
Oh, you're no longer shaken, by the way.
Oh, even better. Well, in that case, 25.
Success.
Never not power attack.
Uh, only 15 damage.
Ooh. He is still up. But definitely was feeling that one.
Aquaman is totally there.
Question: could I then 5 foot step next to him?
Watching over. He's the reason for that
Yes.
nat 1.
Because or better question, I guess. If I'm adjacent to him and I'm both wearing a spiked gauntlet and wielding the Lucerne hammer, can I potentially attack with either, depending upon when he's provoking an attack of opportunity?
Good job, Cronut. Brother Daniel is next.
From my position, I don't think I can see him, right?
Not really.
No.
Where would I have to move to be able to see him?
1, 2, 3, 4. There you can see him.
Then I will try this mystic ridiculousness again.
Now you're taking a -4 for firing into melee, but it's still against his touch AC, so
Right.
you've got a pretty good chance.
Although that is an 8, so that is a 10, so that is a 6. Yeah.
8 becomes 10 becomes 6.
Yes, the bolt of fire just hits the wall. Kalos.
I will be provoking from him
You've left your mark on this place. And it's a charm.
if you would like to.
He will take it. He will swing his bastard
I'll
sword.
have you know, I'm not the one who blamed Aquaman for the audio issues. I did not suggest it at all. I did not oppose it, but
Does a 25 hit you?
that
It
is
does,
not
in
true.
fact.
It is still his fault.
He rolls pretty well. He slashes you with his bastard sword for 10 damage.
Ouch. That was painful.
10, huh? Good to know. Collar tug.
Is that how many you have?
No. But it's way too high of a percentage of it.
Then I will attempt to bite him again. Again. Nat 1.
Ooh. Bone Priest will take a move action to open this secret door.
Giving away all the secrets of this place. That should really bother him more. Be like, damn it,
I want to know that door. I guess I'll just die. The secret will die with me.
He will 5-foot step, boop, and he will attempt to cast another spell defensively.
10 to identify it.
Fail.
I figured as much. If anyone else would like to.
I can't. When I'm in
see
a
it
rage,
from
I
here.
can't use int-based skills.
Yeah, that's why you can't spellcraft.
Yeah. 16?
He is casting inflict light wounds to heal himself a little bit more.
I'm
That
okay
could
with
work.
that.
I don't mind that as much
If
as
we've
other
got him
things.
enough on the ropes that he's just having to heal himself all the time, I'm okay.
Alright, Gibjib.
Action economy beats that.
Okay. Gonna get to here. Figure. I'll be like, don't go too far, please. Just wait for it. I'll do this another time. Yeah, with that being the case, I will just do another. Out of my ring, I will twist it a little bit and find the energy within myself to fire a magic. Or no, instead of that, I will indeed use my wand to cast the spell Bungle on him. I will attempt to anyway. You'll have to make, I believe, a will save against DC, which is not that high. But I think it'll just be a 13.
It's okay, he's undead. Undead automatically fail all will saves. If they're cast by gnomes.
Real quick,
Yeah.
do you have knowledge religion?
Not so much, no.
Then you cast Bungle and it automatically fails because it's a enchantment.
Oh, is it?
It's a mind affecting enchantment
I
spell.
didn't realize it was mind affecting.
Or I mean, wait, it's a compulsion.
Yeah.
Uh,
Alright.
also, the target is one humanoid.
He's not humanoid.
He is an undead.
Types. Labels.
This will go in your notes, I'm sure.
Yeah, they will.
Why you gotta label the entire world, man?
Yeah. Come on.
Cronut is next.
He's 10 feet away from me, isn't he?
He is indeed.
Cronut Smash.
Like, quick notes like, adventuring is harder than it seems. Need to keep track of lots of
Nope.
labels.
Miss.
And then I'll 5-foot step after him to try and keep him from running away from me.
Alright, which brings us to Big Brother Danny Dan's.
Big brother.
Let's
Do the time warp.
do the time warp again. I'm going to channel positive energy to heal my allies using.
It won't affect him anyway.
Yeah, it won't affect them anyway. I was thinking I'd have to use selective channel, which I have, but I don't need to. So everybody just heals a d6, right?
I think the only person that's been injured so far is
Wow.
Yeah,
True story.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Did I lose my pencil again?
Maybe.
To my knowledge, no, we are not fighting kitten undead.
Ah, there it is.
Hey, you heal 5.
I'll take it.
You wanna,
Emo is probably close to some sort of undead.
you wanna
Jeez, no.
fire me some Pringles?
This is, don't make this the second stream in a row where they claim my pets are dead. Last time it was all insisting that Genie was dead.
No, that was
the
the
first one.
Daniel. So yes, Kalos. Your turn.
Excited. I will 5-foot step after the Mr. Man.
Like,
Then I will full attack.
ooh boy.
For it. Bite at him. Suck the marrow.
22 on the bite and a 22 on a claw, and then a nat 1 on a
Tasty
claw.
Both
grape
of
dust.
those will hit.
Except for that nat one.
Yes.
Yeah, that was not as tasty.
So 6 damage from the bite and 3 damage from the claw. Boo.
He takes no damage from that claw, and he was only a little bit damaged from the bite. Our favorite priest's turn. He will 5-foot step here.
I've got a more favorite priest even on the board right now, I gotta say, but like we don't have to look very far to get a more favorite priest.
And he says, perhaps we can talk about this little arrangement. Gib.
How's his diplomacy? Got it.
Okie dokie. Then this time I'll indeed from the ring do a magic missile at him.
Ooh.
And I'll use a D8 as a D4.
Wait, didn't you use the ring to cast
No, I
Bungle?
used a wand to do that.
Ah.
I have a bungle wand. I only do the bare minimum, just 2 damage.
It hits him though.
It does.
Bonk.
And he looks a little less capable of really helping out in any particular way now. And just kind
Are you saying the level 2 wizard is done after one
and
combat?
just
What?
puts his hands in his pockets and starts kicking some pebbles around.
Not one combat, part of one combat.
Yeah, part of one combat indeed.
You got a wand to bungle. I mean,
Yeah.
not this particular fight.
I can
but,
make you guys worse. Anybody want to be worse? And like almost certainly fail whatever they do next?
No.
Okay.
Let's see. That was Gib.
So I can do that a lot.
Cronut. What's up, man?
Rage. Smack.
Or not. Okay.
The strategy is not
24
That's a success.
to hit him. Actually, 26 to hit.
Yes. Still a success.
23 damage.
That's probably enough.
Bam!
He's like, but I smash. And you shatter him, and the little blue lights go out in his empty eye sockets, and he collapses.
so that went way better than
Feeling
last time.
accomplished, I will end my rage as a free action.
That was really something. So that was the guy who gave you all that trouble?
Cuz,
Seems like
what'd
you
you
found
say?
some much better recruits this time.
I should what?
In the future, my friend, if you see both of us attacking a being, perhaps move around so that we can attack it in 2 separate directions rather than the same direction. Makes it easier to hit and kill.
We like zoom into his forehead,
different-
which goes slightly
Why not?
transparent, and you just see like just a mule with flies going around its ass.
I didn't have any trouble hitting him.
Fair point.
It was easy to hit. That time.
Gib isn't ready to be an adventurer.
Gib is learning to be an adventurer. He has many notes to take and needs to get a few more times a day that he can do anything.
Gib's like Cronut's protege.
Is he? In any sense? Name one.
You're smaller than I am.
We have there.
Did you not realize that orcs in this universe
I tried
are
to reach up to pat
size
your
ocracy?
head to say there, but it's more like your knee. Like, there.
Stop trying to fillet him. Come on.
Yeah, I don't
not
think
how that
I don't
works.
think he's tall enough for that. What? How tall are you?
I stand a proud 3'1".
So I'm more than twice your height at 7 foot.
As I said, I pat your knee. When I stand on tippy toes. No, I'm reaching up.
Yeah.
Is that it? Do we get paid?
There's more dungeon. We probably get paid from whatever this thing's got, though.
He's really dead though, right? He's not going to come back up and, Act 3.
I'm fairly certain that I would like to go investigate.
He is just so much pulverized bone at this point, but he does seem to have stuff.
Let's see what kind of stuff.
We are all fans
Bones.
of stuff.
Just kind of like wobbles over and is happily looking over what type of loot this person might carry and adding
Well,
that into the
first and foremost is,
appraising gold pieces.
his masterwork bastard sword. But other than that, he seems to have, other than his tattered robes, a small pouch hung around his neck. And there's also a key on a fine chain, also worn around his neck. Inside the pouch is a small, very flat, cylindrical tin can or case, kind of like looks like shoe, like maybe like a can of shoe shine would look, a little
So, snuff case?
sort of like that.
Okay.
And there is a green sort of thumb-sized chunk of crystalline material. It looks very similar to the Emerald Spire itself.
Okay.
And
Like
it
it
has,
might be a chip of that.
yeah, and it has runes kind of etched into it.
Okay. Anything in particular we can roll to know a little bit more about any of those items?
Do any of you have detect magic prepared?
There we are.
I do.
Both of the little green chunk and the tin canister radiate magic. You can roll spellcraft to see if you can divine more information.
It's
about
divine
it.
character. The other one's a diviner. They should be good at that.
That spells per day.
The first one is 19. Do I need to roll spellcraft check for both? Or?
Yes.
Okay, so the first one's 19.
And this is the token or the can.
Whichever one you said first.
Can.
Let's say
Well, I just said token first this time.
I meant the whatever.
When you say spells per day, do you mean the cantrips that you get unlimited?
That's true. That's a 0. So yeah, those I'm not out of.
Good.
Meaningful spells, but yes.
Detect magic is that
That one's fine. That one's fine.
The second one is only a 15.
All right. On the can. Yeah, the can is just a 14, and on the other one, even worse. God damn.
I don't have to check
Just
magic.
an 11.
You don't know what any of these do.
Yeah.
Neither of you.
Wow.
However, the can seems to hold a silvery liquid that seems like a mercury-looking substance, but it's kind of thicker than mercury. It's like a paste almost, silvery.
Is this an alchemical thing I could roll spellcraft for? or-
Yeah. You got your alchemical goodies.
Knowledge.
As an alchemist.
26.
You would recognize this as a vial of silver sheen.
Ooh, that's impressive.
You can apply it to a weapon, and it'll be treated as if it was an alchemical silver weapon for a little while. Like, I don't know how long. I don't remember.
No, it's forever. Silver
Really?
sheen.
Silver sheen's forever.
Silver sheen treatment is just a flat thing what you can
Cool.
have.
You can make a silver weapon with this silver sheen.
Importantly, it does not deduct from an edged weapon's damage, unlike a silver-plated weapon. You just infuse a weapon with silver sheen.
Why wouldn't you always do that then? It seems like it's cheaper.
Yeah.
No. Silver sheen
And
is like
it's more expensive.
yeah. The silver sheen itself is more expensive. An actual silver
Not when
weapon.
you find it.
Not
An
it's
actual silver
free.
weapon is actually relatively cheap for special materials. It's just like 100 extra gold or something. To,
How much is the silver sheen?
Pizza
750.
rolls? How dare you roll?
Oh, I'm
that?
thinking something
Yeah,
else then.
seriously, I want pizza roll.
Yeah.
I think.
Boo, polar bear.
You're thinking of weapon draft.
Yeah. I think so.
My app is really good, except when it comes to magic items. It's terrible at it doesn't search them.
I don't think it's technically a magic item. It's technically an
You just unhinge your jaw.
Adventure.
No, it's in magic items
Oh, I see.
land. Yeah, it is not permanent. It gives the weapon the properties of alchemical silver for 1 hour.
That is very
it's
not permanent.
different from the thing I know.
It can affect 1 weapon or 20 units of ammunition.
Weird. There's a different thing you can buy in
It just
Pathfinder,
says 20 units
also
of
called
ammunition.
Silver Sheen, which is
Should just do it
750.
on like siege bolts. Just 20 of those. Granted, that wouldn't really matter whether or not they're silver, but
Maybe this is Silver Sheen that you just can put on it and it's not smithed in, and smithing in is what adds to the actual thing.
maybe.
I don't know.
Lockdown gets no pizza rolls because he never delivered your McDonald's and alcohol? Okay, even I don't get that one.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna want to explain that one.
I'm here for all of the streams and I don't get that reference.
Oh, yeah, about that. You never gave me an address. If I don't have an address, I can't deliver. I waited for a private message and you never sent it.
Not effectively anyway. You could just deliver it to a place. But
I delivered it to my mouth.
is that not where you live? You don't live in Lockdown's mouth?
Yeah, apparently not.
Like some manner of tiny troll-like creature.
It's some sort of mirror to
Is it not an insect that has replaced your tongue? Have you not
And
seen
it's
that?
still typing on
There's a aquatic tick that will replace a fish's tongue and just serve as it and sort of eat some of the food that passes through. Yes, it is.
Other things of note, though, in this
fish have
room
tongues?
is there is sitting in the middle of the room
Chest.
a chest on a pedestal.
I remember the chest.
Ooh, gold.
Cronut's
gonna walk up to that chest.
Beware
Wait.
a silver platter, so to speak. It's so prominently displayed in my notes indicate that dungeons often try
Callus
to
would
trick
like to
people,
search
and maybe we should
the
make sure that
chest
that's
for
a good idea to touch that.
I like gold.
Painting polar bears. I will look at my private messages. Last time I checked, there was no private message from you.
Though delivering alcohol would have been tricky, and McDonald's. Neither really delivers.
You do indeed believe that this chest is trapped.
Oh no.
But importantly, you found that out the easy way.
You think that the triggering mechanism is to open the lid.
I would like to attempt to disable this trap
Well,
with a 17.
You are unsuccessful.
well, he said it by opening the lid, right? What if we were to manually remove the bottom? Perhaps with a hammer, or do you think that such jostling might also set off the trap?
I did not fail in such a way that I cannot retry, right?
No.
Okay. Then I will attempt to retry. Not 20. 28.
There you go. You are confident. You kind of take your thieves' tools and.
Yes, Cassio. Cronut is indeed using a lucerne hammer. I'm not using a hammer. I'm a
I'm a wizard,
Hammer.
a known wizard. However, our orc barbarian over there.
You kind of you use your little tweezers to sever certain key wires and springs.
No, the blue one.
And you believe the trap is disabled.
Great. I will open the chest up then and see what's inside.
The chest is empty,
Of course it is.
save for a note. The note just says,
exploding ruins.
"Curiosity kills. Another ingenious demise, courtesy of Addington's fine traps and defenses."
That paper doesn't then explode, right?
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Is there an Addington's fine
Look
traps and defenses in Fort Inevitable?
I don't think so.
Okay.
We do indeed have some Dungeons and Dragons up in here. Take a seat and mind the echo. We are aware of it and apologize, but
I don't apologize.
okay.
Well, then I suggest we advance down the door out of this room that does not lead to the trap where everyone died.
Gibjib is like really frustrated by that and just like insists and keeps feeling around for any kind of false bottom to this chest. Be like, no, that's not fair. like crawls into the chest and is like prying for a false bottom.
Little
looking
baby
for it.
orc out of way.
Baby orc.
Cronut picks up the chest.
I'm still
It
in,
is
I'm
it is
like still inside
attached
it.
to the stone pedestal.
Strike check.
Cronut removes his crowbar from his backpack and
Yeah.
attempts to sunder the chest
I'll
off
get
of
out
the
of the
pedestal.
chest before he
Make
does that.
make a strength check, please.
Does the crowbar give me a +2?
Sure.
19.
Not bad. Do you want to be bungled first?
Not really.
Let's see. You. Sure. You kind of pry it off the stone pedestal. The bottom stays where it is, though. So it's a chest without a bottom.
Shake the chest a little bit to try and see if anything comes loose, and then just lift it up high and then shatter it on the ground.
If nothing else,
And then dig through to see if anything is
ruined
interesting.
I will humor him by searching for a false bottom on the bit that is still
Yes,
on the
the
pedestal.
bottom is all the more true.
28.
It's just
Yeah.
firmly
Okay.
nailed.
Then
and
let's go down the.
It's as he like paced around with his arms crossed. It's like he knows there isn't one. He's just it doesn't feel fair. There should have been. Like we yeah.
We earned that.
Then let's proceed down the door that does not lead to.
You think someone's mic is dead? Whose was it? Somebody unplugged.
You don't see a door there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. I can't quite see it. Then, may I attempt to search this room?
Y'all are plugged in.
Attempting to pay back the slight metagaming because I can't quite see the map. 15.
Yes. As far as you can tell, there's only a single exit to this room.
Waka waka.
There.
Barton would also be likely to echo because indeed, the reason why the echo happens is because these two mics go into one place, those two mics go into another place. So since that's the dividing line between the two mics, the closer you are to that corner, the more likely you are to echo.
Then, yeah, I'll open the one door that I can see.
Yes, this leads to the hallway that Brother Daniel is very familiar with.
Yeah, and I will immediately caution you.
It's like take off your hat.
Then I will attempt to disable the trap.
So yes, Brother Daniel kind of points out the region of the floor.
24 to disable the trap.
So you're able to kind of wedge it securely, so that you think maybe one person at a time should go over it, but for safety's sake. But you think it won't trigger.
Then I will attempt to open the door on the other side with some stealth. With a 17 stealth check. Absent any other modifiers.
Yeah, I'm trying to do some manual adjustment once again, and hopefully it'll be better. I'm getting ideally closer and closer to how closely they should be synced.
But you don't have to take my word for it.
Dun, dun.
If we're doing this one at a time, maybe I'm not very athletic. Maybe I go first since I weigh the least and would have the most problems getting over if somehow this fails.
Or we don't send you first because there might be spiders on the other side.
I could carry you.
That adds to the weight, though.
But you wouldn't weigh anything.
You could probably just reach and place me on the other side.
Yes, you open this door. It reveals a smallish room. The walls and ceilings of this room are hidden behind a thick gray-white forest of spider webs that blocks all vision beyond 10 feet. Webs are everywhere, creating a maze of vertical sheets. Gray, furry dust clings to the sticky white webs. The desiccated, shriveled corpse of a long-dead man hangs spread-eagle across one of these layers of webbing, and rusty swords, daggers, and axes hang securely from others.
I take it that's as depicted on map?
Yes.
I will make a perception check to see if I can see any spiders laying in wait.
Okay.
Sure.
Seems like
Likewise.
a thing to do.
Yep.
A 23.
Only a 13.
15.
There we 21.
So what was our
23 was
23,
the highest.
21,
15.
15,
13.
13. As far as you can tell, there are no spiders inside the.
And I'll light a torch and begin trying to burn my way through the webs.
I will stay in the back.
Yes, it takes a little doing, but like the first kind of this little section is
I will move in slowly
Way to
as
fire.
I burn through.
As soon as you light the first part on fire, it just like all starts to catch and burn away, and you're doodly-doodly.
Yeah.
And assuming nothing nasty happens, I will search the desiccated body when we get to it.
by the time you get to the body, something unpleasant does happen.
Well, I imagine the rest of the party has been following me.
Yeah,
over as
yeah.
well.
Cronut, certainly.
Absolutely.
We've been following behind single
Cronut's
file.
little elf safe.
The room fills with mist.
Have you told us about this
I
yet?
would have told you about the spiders that set the traps, and also the spiders having their mistiness.
Great.
So let's roll initiative.
All right.
Everyone failed to see the well-hidden spider,
They are
despite
aware.
despite some good rolls.
I assume that dealing with the chest and such took more than a minute from our last combat,
Yes.
such that I'm no longer fatigued.
Yes, I'll say the fatigue
I'll
is
be going on a
gone.
23. And I'll have so much to do.
A hot 12.
Ooh. 23 for Gib Jib.
I might maybe I'm the cold 12 then.
What's your yeah, you are the full 12.
Cool.
12 for Cronut.
The hot
Cold
12.
I had 2 minutes of shield when we entered the room with the skeleton priest. Do I have any of that left?
No.
Okay.
We say that at least a couple minutes went by disabling 2 traps.
Okay.
Because, like, remember, traps, complicated devices take at least 2d4 rounds. There was a lot of discussion. There was examining magic items. There was.
Crying. Destroying.
Come on, you. So 12 for Cronut and 12 for Daniel? Is that
Yes.
what I heard?
Yeah, that's what I heard anyway.
16 for Kalos.
23 over here.
Oh, nice. Too bad you were the not the most combat
Not
capable
right now.
person
That's
at the
okay.
moment.
That's okay. I've got an idea.
Okay. I like your idea.
You're gonna bungle
Do
some
now.
spiders.
I'm
And
not
that's
actually.
16 for Kalos.
Yes.
Those humanoid spiders.
Yeah, I didn't realize bungle sucked that hard.
Neither did I. I didn't realize it was only humanoids.
I thought it was like the opposite of True Strike.
Me
but
too.
Apparently it's not.
I glossed over it and it seemed to be the case. But with that being the case, I may wish to retcon what wand of something that I bought with that money afterwards.
Maybe a wand of magic missile.
Yeah, it's something like that instead.
That is fair. That is fair.
I too did not realize how limited of use it would be.
So Gib Jib is the first to seize the initiative. If you just want to change it out now, you can.
Sure. We'll say that I have a wand of magic missile instead.
Seems like a perfectly reasonable thing for a low-level wizard to own.
I'll still claim that I used one of the charges from it for whatever reason.
Oh, I wish I had a table and some fucking
Anyway, so
space to do
with my
stuff.
turn, I've still not used that wand. I'm going to tap on my inner gnome racialness to cast Speak with Animals, knowing it's not going to work, but I don't think it's not going to work. And tell these spiders that we mean you no harm if you allow us to pass through. We have even vanquished the foe from behind. We just want passage. Leave us alone and we will leave you alone.
Fun fact, they do understand common.
Okay.
So you successfully communicate with it.
Okay. Whether or not they care is another matter.
Kalos.
Do I have any idea where the mist came from?
All you see is mist and webs.
Then I will 5-foot step back and ready a full attack against any spider that... No, I mean against the wall. Or was I against the wall?
I'm going to say that the only cleared space is these four.
Then I
and the
will
one
simply
you're in.
ready a full attack against a spider if it appears next to me.
Word.
Kalos goes on. The defensive.
Brother Dan.
I remember this. I didn't like it then. Still don't like it now. I am going to cast Bless on all of us.
Good man.
Genie.
That'll work.
Cronut.
So the foggy misty goo limits my vision, yes?
Yes.
I'll put my hammer back where it belongs and draw my longsword instead for more close range fighting.
You found a Masterwork Bastard Sword earlier. You could use that as a two-handed martial weapon.
That'd be pretty good. Sure. Makes sense that Cronut might have decided to pick that up.
Gib Jib.
Spiders don't seem to have responded in any way, right? Well then, given what I said, I guess I'll assume that it's working. And tell everybody, I don't think they're going to attack us. They may have listened. Try and walk on through. And he will begin confidently pushing forward on Brother Daniel. Please, come on, go ahead.
You go first.
Yeah. Very confidently waiting on somebody else to do that. He will ready a magic missile strike on a spider if a spider attacks one of his contestants.
Kalos.
I'll pick up the torch I dropped and continue attempting to burn through this web.
They may not like that so much.
Roll a d4 for fire damage.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Genie. 1.
I am not going to die again.
You begin burning through that patch of web, but it's still mostly webbish. Hi, Genie. I love you too.
The only thing I'm thinking right now is when trying to think of a way to use that.
Oh, I totally had something for this. WebMD.
Does a 29 hit your touch AC?
Who are you talking to?
Kalos.
Yes.
It should hit anyone's touch AC.
Yes.
You are suddenly hit by a thick sheet of webbing and are entangled. You don't see anything still.
Don't consider it an attack.
It came from above.
It came from above.
But you didn't see that. The only person that could see it was Brother Daniel, because you're close enough to Kalgor, or Kalos, to see the sheet of webbing kind of come down from the ceiling on top of him.
Cronut cannot see it?
No. Actually, no. Cronut can, Daniel cannot.
There we go.
Yeah, I was like, that seems odd.
That seems non-Euclidean.
He is just focused on flies that are going around.
Brother Daniel.
I didn't know.
You can hear Kalos kind of probably make a frustration sound.
Right.
Oh, obscuring mist.
I don't have anything that can clear. I mean, I suppose I could. Could I use my flame domain firebolt to continue to burn away the webbing?
Sure.
I would like to do that.
You might want to advance a little bit so you can see more webbing clearly, like here, because there's still webbing
That
here.
is what I will do.
So are you, actually this space looks clear. So you could like move here and burn any of these squares of webbing.
I know which direction the door is in vaguely, so I will go and burn that one.
So, which door? The one that was directly across?
No,
or
that one over there.
This one. So yeah, go ahead and roll a d6, please. Or however much your fire damage normally does.
It's a d6 plus 1.
Alright, gotcha.
3.
So yes, about half the webbing is gone from that square. Cronut.
With the bastard sword out, seeing the webbing and thinking, this is bad.
That doesn't sound like your turn.
This is bad. Cronut looks at the fog and goes for a full round, trying to get rid of it.
I like it.
You made it inhale. Just as much as you
Go ahead and make a constitution check.
get pneumonia.
13.
That'll be a new way to die.
Nothing really happens. Gibjib.
Kid certainly hears the sounds of frustration. It feels like something's going on, I just can't see it. So he's going to start heading into the room.
You can see all of your allies from that square.
Again, is he still being all like, can I see the spider from there? Or is it
You can't. You don't see any enemies, but you do see Kalos has been webbed.
Okay.
So knowing that they aren't affected by their own mist.
I was rolling concealment for the ranged attacks anyway. The first round he missed entirely.
Yeah.
But I was going to say that web hitting more web and mist was not really a noticeable
That's fair.
thing.
That's fair.
Then I will. If I can take a action to try and aid his escape from this.
Roll aid another.
Escape artist?
Are you going to be making escape artist or?
Probably, yeah.
Then yeah, go ahead and roll an aid escape artist check.
Then I will try and aid your escape from these.
That is successful.
Yes, so you'll be helping him out. He'll get a +2 on his attempt to escape, and it's Kalos' turn.
I will, shockingly, attempt to escape the web. 25?
You succeed.
Hey, look at that.
You with the gnome's help, you kind of shimmy away from the irritating netting of web. I'll say you've got a move action left.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That should improve it. My mic was unplugged.
Then I say we should withdraw until this mist clears. And I will move out and back into the hallway.
2, 3, You get out of the mist.
Glad that trap being propped up is still working.
Yes.
Gib, you are now covered in webbing. Comes down from the ceiling as you are now entangled.
My favorite. It's just like every
You still
Saturday
can't
afternoon.
see anything from the dirt enemies.
Right.
Brother Dan.
I like the getting out of this mist solution, but I will also help my gnome friend out of his webs.
We had a deal, spiders. We had a deal. You had a deal.
I think I'm actually not gonna help.
yeah.
Yep, nope.
Not thick.
I'm gonna try, but fail.
You can
Is that
still
a full
move.
round? No, okay. Then I will also move out of the.
You're like, fuck this. Cronut.
Move action, I will sheath the bastard sword,
Ronald, help me.
and as a move or standard action, I will attempt to simply pull him out of the webbing.
Thank you.
I mean, it's not. He has just been like. He's covered in webs.
He's not stuck; he's just entangled.
He's just entangled.
Oh, in that case, I will not sheath my weapon. I will delay and cover the retreat.
Okay. Gib.
So what does that one do for me?
You can move at half speed. You take a -4 penalty to dexterity, and a. You have to concentrate, I believe, to cast any spells.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be slogging my way out even slower than usual.
Well, that was one move.
Yeah.
You got two.
I've got two. I'm still entangled.
Yes.
At least I'm off the trap door, which I'm liking that much.
Oh, and since I was delaying,
I
can
don't
I
suppose-
stop delaying now?
I don't suppose we have to go through that room.
No, if what our friend has told us is true, the secret door in the necromantic laboratory may lead around to a different way through.
I will now also retreat, but staying at the head of the party, so to speak.
All right. Well, you can just move over there, close the door, and we can exit combat initiative.
Alright.
Let's just leave the spiders alone.
Try what I can to get unentangled.
I'll attempt to just pull all the webbing off of you.
Seth,
Succeed.
did we see the weapons on the table over there?
You have not examined them yet.
Okay. I suggest we do that.
What
In
did
Skeleton Land, there was a table with weapons on them.
Perhaps we should go investigate.
Go check it out.
Strange dog noises.
Genie jeans.
There we go. Now we can kind of see them.
Talking about this over here?
Yeah, as you can see in the bottom corner.
Oh, over there.
Yes, back in the throne room, there's some stuff you haven't yet examined. On that table, there are 4 long swords, just regular long swords. A very fine-looking dagger, you might call it a masterwork dagger. There is a buckler. There is a stout leather belt with a brass buckle. There is a small vial of blue liquid, a black ceramic flask, and 4 small leather belt pouches.
Just a minute. Vial of blue liquid, black, ceramic, flask, 4 belt pouches.
And the belt pouches all jingle with the sound of coins.
There's your
Gentlemen,
false
would you
bottom.
mind seeing
That
if any of this is magical?
Perfectly out in the
I will detect magic.
The vial of blue liquid and the belt radiate magic.
I will attempt to identify the vial of blue liquid.
Indeed, it seems to be a potion.
Identify the,
I get a 14 and probably fail.
attempt to identify the other one.
You can attempt to identify both of them.
You can.
Well, I will start with the other one. Start with the other. So that is a 26.
You believe it is a belt of mighty constitution +2.
Hey,
I will say that out loud, and then the other one is a 25.
And you believe the potion is a potion of cure moderate wounds.
the street value of those is definitely making this all the worthwhile.
Yes, that belt will magically enhance your fortitude.
I see. So the formula has to accommodate that they might get more powerful as they go through the dungeon. Of course.
I will attempt to identify this black ceramic flask as well.
Yeah, do you have craft alchemy? Yeah. Then roll it.
I would hope so, being...
An alchemist.
Hey, maybe he buys all of this
15.
stuff.
You believe it is a good old-fashioned flask of acid.
You never know if the alchemist is basically like the alchemist version of like a script kiddie, where like he doesn't write the code, he just executes it.
What's in these belt pouches then?
Mostly coins. One has 16 GP.
Whoa.
The other has 25 GP and 12 SP.
Moving in the wrong direction.
The third holds 77 GP and 8 SP. And the fourth contains a small emerald and a pair of 6-sided bone dice.
My eyes glint at the emerald. And it's like, ooh,
I will
start
attempt
appraising it.
to appraise the emerald with my -1.
I take it away from you as easy as possible.
No, actually, I will attempt to appraise it with my +7.
Alright. Only moderately better than my +6.
Well, you can attempt to appraise too. I'll just get to it first.
I would say it's only mildly better.
You don't
May you
know
appraise the amount
difference between
for
those
us,
words.
Or do you want
What's
us
your
to do that?
mods? Plus 7?
6 and 7.
Take 7, 10. You think that the emerald is worth 50 gold.
Delightful. How much are the dice worth?
Nothing.
Great.
Indeed, they seem to be weighted, so that they always land on a 6.
That has its own value. Can I use those dice? Like me, not my character?
They're not, here, have them.
Yes, you can, but they're D20s.
But they still all in 6s.
As long as I can roll them when I roll d6s, I'm fine with that.
Nope. They're D20s.
This is a sound.
But yes, that seems to be a nice little stockpile of treasure.
Anybody want some longswords?
I mean, that's all well and good, but it doesn't get us.
You got the longswords on here?
Yes.
The belt, however, that seems rather potent.
Indeed.
Indeed, it might be more so useful that someone should just fucking put it on.
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
At which point, Kalos and Krona look at each other. Do you want it?
Stream, who should get it between Kalos
I
and
could use it
Kronos?
too.
Wouldn't that give you more rounds of rage?
It would give me one more round of rage.
It certainly has some value.
That's some value.
That's a taste.
But I also have probably got by far the most hit points of the party.
Yes, that is
at
my
27.
Yeah.
I think it's only worth 2 hit points.
Right, like
right now.
It will not make a huge hit point
Yeah.
difference.
What's your fort save looking like?
+5, because of barbarian.
Mine is a +4 because of alchemist.
I think
so
you all around benefit from it more.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't. I think that the additional round of rage and the damage output outweighs the 2 HP increase and 1 fortitude.
Only becomes relevant if I'm otherwise expending all of my rounds of rage, which I've got a
Sure.
fair amount of. So
That's true.
it's more circumstantial.
Also, I've got far less HP and I'm also in front lines.
Yep.
Alright.
Get ye a belt o constitution.
I will.
If no one's jumping on the cure mod potion,
Yeah,
however,
you can take that.
I do have a couple cure light potions, but slipping that into my bandolier would be nice.
Just in case.
Carl, can I get a heal?
How injured are you?
I'm about 5 injured.
You and the captain.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make this happen.
You also got your wand.
So, oh yeah, that's true. I have the wand. I'm just gonna use the charge from the wand. For minimum damage, or for minimum healing.
Definitely.
Which is how much?
2.
2.
That's okay. With
Well,
the belt on, that puts me
Yeah.
up to 16, so.
I know we just got started for the day, but we don't need to go on forever without resting.
I was tired for a minute back there, but I'm okay now.
I admittedly have worn myself out faster than I expected.
Watching, I'm going to go back and look through the door into Spiderland. Is the mist still there?
Immediately covered in webs.
Immediately covered in spiders.
Yeah.
Gargantuan spiders.
I hate the bugs. Bugs? I hate bugs. Blue gold.
Jeannie, guess what? This route and that route, every single time you go to them, they're equally kind of covered and not gonna work for you.
Let's see how much time has passed. Like
Yep, go
what?
check out the other one.
Ten
Well,
minutes.
enough to identify some items and search them.
The mist is gone. Sure.
Great. I'm going to see if I can get inside and drag the desiccated corpse out before they...
Again, by the time you get to the corpse, the room fills with mist.
Well, then I'm going to grab the corpse and try to start...
We'll say you successfully do this.
Okay.
At least they're not all that aggressive. They seem more territorial than aggressive.
So yes, you have a desiccated, webby human corpse.
I'm going to search this desiccated webby human corpse.
There is nothing of value on it.
Wop wop.
There are some material components for a corpse crafter.
True.
Then...
Your hands are now all corpsey.
And webby. Like a fish.
I take out
frog.
a vial of acid and...
Burn away the filth.
Yes.
Ow.
Lady Macbeth, your own hands to nubs. Anyway,
Become an oracle.
I prefer not to.
where to then?
Yeah, if we don't head through there, I mean, we're kind of...
So, when we were last here, as in the map that we've got, the only secret doors into the workroom were the ones from the stairs down.
Indeed.
I would
Okay.
like to cast Detect Secret Doors.
Do you have
Oh.
that?
Yes, and because I have my just one divination spell that I can do unprepared.
Well, where are you?
When we...
Oh,
Just
is
around
this
this area
like
and
so?
walking
You
around.
take the time to prepare it then?
What's that?
If you have a slot that you haven't prepared, you need to take, I think, what, 15 minutes to fill the slot, studying your book.
Well, I mean, certainly while we're
think
poring over
so.
ideas, I'll suggest that I could do that. And if I were given a
Or
little time...
It's a proportionate amount of however many spells you prepare. So, like, if you only
It's
had,
needlessly convoluted.
like, yeah, but a minimum of 15.
Yeah.
So basically, that's what it
you
is.
take 15 minutes to prepare that if you didn't put anything in that slot.
Then I'd like to take an hour
I-
before
I'm
you
not-
cast it. I'm going to prep another mutagen.
Alright.
Well, then, yeah, I will...
Short break time.
Yeah, short break.
Okay, so if this was
So in
fifth
this edition,
edition,
in this edition, that doesn't matter, really.
Matter at all, really.
so you take the time, you take out some of your
I do
chemical
recover the focus
supplies
points.
and mix together the various hormones
Yes.
and whatever that you use to
I
make your
assume
Pheromones.
we brought my mule with me, so I've got access to both an alchemist's kit and or an
whatever
alchemist's
the-
lab and a alchemist's kit.
whatever like the regular ass kit is,
Yes,
like
I've got that.
doesn't weigh a whole lot. Like you can use that to make whatever class feature
Oh, well,
craft you
great.
need. So
During the 45 minutes where I'm not working on my spell, I'm definitely rather fascinated in what you're doing and all the little bits and bobbles that you use.
I assume we're leaving your mule at the first level?
Yeah.
During that time, do we want to take the long swords and other random crap and put it on your mule?
Let's do, yeah.
or do you still have the goblin as the your mule lookout?
Feel
Would
like
he-
I
you
assume
don't-
that
you don't
he would have
actually
left.
Like, I wasn't
He was
gonna
under
mess
Calgor's.
That's
Aw.
fair. He would have probably GTFO'd.
I liked Bilfin Itchy. Womp womp.
They rode into the sunset.
They had the time of their lives.
So, I'm trying to think if there's a reason I should not just remove my current longsword and replace it with just a Masterwork Bastard Sword.
Yeah.
I see no reason not to do that.
Yeah.
So, if you want to put another longsword in the party loot pile,
And then mark the bastard sword as having been given to you.
Yeah, I mean, when we're done with our things, I'll certainly cast Detect Secret Doors and start wandering around to see.
So that lasts what, 2 minutes of concentration?
I believe so, yes.
Detect Secret Doors?
Yeah.
Is it only minutes?
I think,
I think so. If it functions as the other
I think
detect
it's just
spells do.
It might be. I just remember the last time I was casting it lasted a very long time.
Well,
But
yeah,
it was also
but
much
We
higher
were
level.
also, yes.
It's been pointed out to us that more than one person talking at once with the echo sounds rather scary, so all the more reason to try and avoid talking over each other.
Or all the more reason to do it more.
False.
So yes, it's up to 2 minutes at this point. So where do you start with your scan for secret
Well,
doors?
I've certainly got a. I'm trying to not metagame this. I can obviously see the map. And based on what I see on the map, I want to eventually wind up in that area because I got a hunch.
So where did you guys
there
take
might
your
be a
break?
secret door there.
In the throne room?
Yeah,
or-
I think so.
Probably.
Seems to be one of the more pleasant rooms of this
Yeah.
shitty place.
So probably since we're generally trying to head more that way, it's just starting to follow
Alright.
along this
Well then,
wall.
yes, it definitely pings secret doors. Ding, 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 ding. You are earning your wizard keep.
Ooh, you're gonna get a wizard keep.
I know. Well, I've earned 1/1000th of a percent on that wizard keep.
You've
I
earned
had my little
the first
marker.
brick.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I thought I had my little marker tin somewhere.
There are markers downstairs for them to grab them.
Alas! Well, I shall return with some markers and some water.
Do you want to grab my Powerade out of the fridge too? Sure. Yeah.
Well, this break brought to you by water and Powerade and Pringles. Send them to us for free.
Pringles,
I believe
the
that's the
Warriors
timeline.
treat.
Or if you were a executive of Pringles Corporation who happens to watch this stream, feel free to sponsor us in any means you feel appropriate.
Which does not include lawsuits.
No.
Yeah.
Don't sponsor us with a lawsuit.
I'm not saying we could fight exclusively Pringles monsters for the Pringles Kingdom,
I don't
but
think
it
they
would
want-
probably be arranged.
I don't think they would want the monsters to be Pringles.
All right, fine. We can.
I think we can name all of our adventurers
Yes.
Pringles.
We play exclusively potato chip based classes.
Cronut's hilarious hijinks will decline as we deal with the darkness of his Pringles addiction.
It's pretty dark.
I don't think that's the route they want us to go either.
He has to go to the Betty Ford clinic.
No. We're all Pringles heroes against the evil Dark Lord Lays.
Yeah, oh yeah. We will never use lays on hands.
If we ever.
The gong.
I suck a ding out of the bed.
Yeah.
Which are Powerade.
Hooray!
I will feel the power.
Well, you feel the aid.
This power will aid me.
Donuts.
With B3
Cronuts.
and B6.
They're not though.
That's true. I mean, that's. To be fair to you, that's entirely true.
Right.
But I don't care.
Yeah.
Yes. Your spell detects the presence of a secret door. If you open it, it also detects
Yeah, I'm thinking so. Especially knowing that I'm on a ticking clock. Yeah. Follow me. There's a way through this way.
Ah, great.
Hooray, divinations!
I'll
I
follow
will,
right
I will
behind
quaff
you.
my new mutagen before we go.
I'll follow right immediately behind you so that if anyone engages you in combat, I can hit them over your head.
Yeah, that would be nice.
You come into a rectangular room. Wisps of decayed and sagging spiderwebs droop from the walls of this room, which appears to be empty, except for the long-dead, dismembered corpse of a giant spider and a stout, freestanding wooden closet in the southwestern corner. The ceiling is covered with dusty spiderwebs bulging down from a grid of wooden beams and plaster, 15 feet above the floor. Faint moans and plaintive sobbing come from the closet.
It's a boggart.
But I don't see any more secret doors in this room when I open the door.
Open the door. No.
Then I will step out of the way
This is
and
where the
allow,
closet is, and that is where these sounds.
and allow somebody else to take point. don't
I
see-
will attempt to perceive the closet. Let's see if there's anything other unusual about it aside from the moaning and groaning.
Is that not a usual closet noise?
Sorry, what are you looking at?
No.
No.
And hello to you too, Temple Muffin.
I have a 19 to perceive that closet.
You need help. What's going on?
The closet appears to be unlocked, and as far as you can tell, untrapped. And there, you can definitely hear the sobbing.
Does this sound like anything you are familiar with?
I've heard people cry
Do any
before.
of us have a knowledge as to things that might hide in a closet? I'll roll Arcana to see if there's any sort of magical beast. What's it? Thing.
Spooks and
Yes.
taints.
Yes. But ideally, if it is a spook or a haint, someone with knowledge religion would roll to see if they could know about any undead that might hide in clodsets.
Rare clawlet grabbaboodles.
Seth
Well,
is not
let's
muted.
go-
Seth just hasn't put his mic back on yet.
Oh, whoops.
Let's go find out if one of them the closet movables.
I got a mighty 10 on my knowledge arcana.
Yeah, you don't know. Anything could be in the closet. Should.
22 knowledge religion.
It could be an attic dweller. It's a type of undead that looks
not
like
bad.
a child and has a deer skull for a face. 18.
I'll point that out to everybody and say, hey, you know what it could be?
You don't curse me.
18 knowledge history.
How do you play with...
And 12 knowledge geography.
Are either of those trained? What was your knowledge history?
18.
I mean, it could be the ghost of the great orc general Gungabog, who still haunts the material plane, but he was not known to be a crybaby, so...
Probably not.
And knowledge geography tells you that the closet is... the closet faces due west.
This west-facing closet may contain a ghost, but I don't think so.
And west is clearly the most spooky of all the cardinal directions.
Well, then ready yourselves for whatever we might find. Callus opens the closet door.
You know, if we sent Cora, we may have gotten... The two of us may have gotten them.
So where is
Check in
everyone
on
kind
that.
of...
Well, with animals running around, they must have taped down cords if possible. I'll check on that.
What did we get? What did we get?
Corona,
we
come
might be unplugged.
help me. Come into the room.
Oh, yes.
I think you're still okay.
I'm looking okay.
Cronut will stand within reach of the closet.
Hammer reach or...
Yes. Hammer drawn.
Hammer time.
Right at this hour, yes. Boom, 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 boom. Bow, no, no, no. Boom, boom. Can't touch this. Brother Daniel, do you wish to be further into the room?
Yes.
Say...
You move me forward.
Where do you want to be?
Well, that's because I don't talk very much.
And also your mic is like away from your mouth,
Oh,
which
well,
is not
I
helping.
can't really.
Test, Cronut,
You
test.
can.
Where do I put it so that's
Right
in
underneath
direct-
your face.
Like in the direction where more in the direction where your mouth goes, as opposed to pointing away and behind you.
You need it? Okay, I don't know how mics work. Moving forward.
Yes.
Where would you like to be?
So
Jim?
they're all investigating that closet.
Mhm.
I'd like to be kind of in that back corner.
Temple Muffin, you do not need a board to play, but it helps if you were
Yeah.
doing hardcore tactical combat. Tactical espionage action.
Yeah, it just depends on how you want to play. I've definitely done plenty of just, as they call, theater of the mind, where it's all just your imagination and a lot more vaguely described of where people are as opposed to exact 5-foot increments like this. Yeah, it just depends. This, we thankfully got donated to us by viewer Papa John 2160, who purchased these lovely official color maps for us, but they're hardly necessary for just your bog standard D&D game. If you want something a little more like that but doesn't have the official artwork or just a whatever game, you can certainly look into a Chessex battle map. It's a
It's a
wet
fine
erase.
purchase
Yeah.
if you intend
Thumbs
to play
up.
D&D.
Just wet erase, you get some markers, you can keep redrawing maps on it. They're really worthwhile and not that expensive to pick up one. So if you really want to get into it, I'd recommend picking up at least a small one of those. Or, you can just draw something out on a piece of paper and nothing is especially required. No need to spend a lot of money before you know
Except
whether or not you really enjoy
Your imagination.
it. Yeah.
Even that's not actually always required. There's a lot of rules and stuff.
You can also just play drunk.
It's true.
But yeah, as for like the starter kit itself, I'm not familiar with what is in it. I assume it like 5th edition has a new starter kit, and I'm not familiar with what's in it.
Typically, a starter kit will have a few paper maps that you can't draw on, but which you can use for minis. A few mini things. These days, I think they're relatively decent plastic. Back in the day, they used to be cardboard, like these pawns we're using. It will typically have a single set of dice, some basic character building rules without the full rule set.
Actually, most of the those boxes come with pre-made characters.
Yes, that's what I was about to get to. They will usually have like very bare bones character making rules and then pre-made characters to use, and usually 1 or 2 adventures to run them through to see if you actually enjoy the game before you take the plunge and actually buy the books.
Now, a bunch of things happen as soon as you open this closet.
That's unsurprising.
Because inside is not a sobbing person, but instead a shrieking zombie.
That's, yeah. Again, not surprising.
And as soon as the closet is opened, it arms the pressure plate in the middle of the room, which Gib Jib and Brother Daniel are standing on.
Oh, Jesus.
So you feel the floor kind of go ka-chink, and
Any chance to do something about that?
as a matter
Well,
of
you can roll
fact,
reflex
no. Because weighted nets drop from the ceiling. So I need your flat-footed touch AC, which should be 10 and 11.
You know, really, on balance, of the people to get weighted netted of half the party, you guys are probably the right half of the party to have that happen to.
Genie, your head is right where I roll dice. It's less convenient.
Like, it's not like a weighted net keeps you from using a wand.
High or low?
channeling energy.
Hi.
Gib Jib miraculously is so small that the
net.
Yes, the net just passes directly through him on a nat 1. But Brother Daniel, you get entangled by the net. You also take 6 damage from the heavy weights. And actually, you're not entangled. You were considered grappled.
Okay.
Snap.
So I have the grappled condition. Okay.
So you can't move from that square, and you have the grappled condition until it is remedied. So now everyone needs to roll Bergnitiatives. And
I think I can translate that into...
and Brother Daniel, take a -2 penalty to your fucking initiative because you're fucking netted. You fuck.
I'm also grappled, so that doesn't that remove
I think you take a.
that removes my dex, doesn't it?
I think you take a -2 to dexterity, or a -4 to dexterity, which is the -2 to initiative.
Gotcha.
Alright, I will act on initiative 11.
Sorry, sugar just entered my system, and I just got a.
This D&D session brought to you by cursing.
Don't worry.
And
He's like this
sugar.
all the time at home.
Can someone write these initiatives down? I should have brought paper, but the iPad app note thing is just being a pain in the ass.
I got you.
I got a
Thank
next card I
you.
can pass over.
Oh, yeah, and you can use my pencil.
16 Cronut.
I was just gonna give him the means by which to...
11.
How'd you do, Dan?
17 with only the +2. Yeah, so 17.
That's pretty good.
I rolled a 15.
Yeah. Way to be on the ball with that net.
Well, I'm in a net. I'll figure it out.
I advise you unnetify.
I'm gonna attempt.
I'm
to
just
do
gonna put
that,
ours down, and then... What's your name again? Gib Jib.
Yes.
And 11, right?
Yes.
And just put down at the bottom, coming in at 3 is the zombie.
Big 3.
The Zamobi.
Zombie, zombie,
So,
zombie,
Or is the call around
Callous.
here Zambis?
I will full attack.
Yes, Callus, it is your turn. This zombie is in fact flat-footed,
That's a bad time for him.
Bad time for
and
a
so
zombie.
you can sneak attack it potentially.
Okay, does a 15 hit?
Yes.
Does a 10 hit?
No.
Even flat-footed?
Yes.
Wop wop. So I hit him twice.
What about your bite?
Yeah, the bite was one of the things that hit. Oh, the other one was higher than that, so I just didn't ask.
Oh, okay. So 2 hits then.
Yes, 2 hits.
Is one of them the bite?
Yes.
And you get a nice mouthful of zombie.
Yeah.
It's a delicacy.
Tasty.
In Elven lands.
Sure.
Both of these
Apparently.
attacks is bludgeoning and slashing. Do I need to?
Don't worry about DR.
Okay, then I'll just give you the damage entire then.
Wreck shit.
18 damage.
You tear it apart.
All right.
Tear it limb from limb. We can
We did it.
we can exit initiative there.
Help.
That was not a...
Yeah.
You're like, oh, a
Bonus
zombie.
zombie.
I'll try and then find myself pretty ineffective at helping you get out of the net. But I mean, I guess I can mechanically try.
I will attempt to aid you out of the net as well.
You can make a combat maneuver check.
To get out of the... Can I wait for help?
You can get aid another from a combat
yeah,
maneuver
that's what
check.
I would like to.
It's either escape artist or a combat maneuver, and I imagine you're probably better at combat
I
maneuver.
have helped him at combat maneuver.
actually-
With a 22.
Because escape artist is a dex-based armor check penalty skill.
Right. So some combat maneuvers can be better.
Well, you're getting an aid from Calgo or
Krona, are you successfully aiding?
Too many K's. Kalos. Kalos.
Ah, yes. Sorry. I didn't realize I was doing a K name again, despite the fact I had both sheets in
In
front
fact,
of
it's
me.
a K-A-L. Like, it's not even just the K.
Yeah.
It's the whole
And-
first syllable.
And Iron Bones, Ulmoran, almost identical.
Yeah. Iron Man.
Ulmer Bones.
Ulmer Bones.
That time we echoed for
Yeah.
different reasons.
Low score Ulmer Bones. I did not
Nope.
help you.
Nope.
I mean, I assume if we're not on any kind of ticking clock right now.
I mean, the
we-
ticking clock is your remaining duration of detect secret doors.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to help out with this very much.
Yeah, so
like,
let's do it again.
I'll wander around.
I help
little bit,
again.
Try and not stray far from the group.
I will escort the gnome
Great.
in case he wanders into trouble.
Yeah.
15?
Apparently in trouble to get caught.
Are you cutting my
you're
plus
looking,
2?
You're looking for a 20.
I help you.
But yeah, taking a peek outside, this leads to a
No.
hallway. There's a door there and a door there.
I help you.
Not enough.
I don't help you.
Maybe just shot through the net instead.
Nope.
Yeah, what's the net made out of?
That hall is particularly rubble choked, though. There's heaps of stone rubble, and there is a skeletal human hand protruding from one pile of rubble.
Yeah.
The debris looks old, and the few sagging strands of web draped over the rubble seem to have been here for some time. How many checks was that so far?
5.
5, so you
Almost
wasted
straight
like
off of
30
that.
seconds trying to get him out of the net unsuccessfully.
That's what I was suggesting, Dragolich. Perhaps just cutting free from the net.
Yeah. So let's say a minute's gone by before Brother Daniel's free. You cut him out of the net.
With my rapier or my claws or my bite.
Just on the net.
You're like a little
Mice
rat
in his
elf.
Yeah.
Callus just bites through this reinforced
Yeah.
netting. It's like, just give me a minute.
Yeah, incidentally,
Which
if
is
you-
not terrifying.
If you ever take up my insurance plan, there is no dental.
A bard vampire.
Yeah,
That
but
sounds
wow.
awesome.
Playing a bard vampire in her D&D game.
Seems like a good choice.
Be interesting.
Only got the charisma.
So yes, sadly, there doesn't seem to be anything else of interest in that room.
Yeah.
There's nothing in the closet.
We certainly just have this door up ahead.
I'm going to very briefly search the mutilated spider to see if there's anything of interest for the 24.
There is a partially intact squeedly spooch.
A squeedly spooch? Those go for 100 gold to the right collector!
He's got the high appraise around here. If we find the other half, though, in somewhere in this temple,
Yeah, we'll put it together and we'll get a spider
the
pet.
full sweet.
You could turn the spinnerets into castanets with a proper craft check.
Crap, castanet.
craft vague rhyme.
Then I will exit out into the rubble-choked hallway and I will examine the skeletal hand
Yeah.
protruding.
Yeah, what is the deal with that, Mr. More undead knowledge than...
I don't know. I'm gonna look at that.
A 24 to search this skeletal rubble area thing.
And a 16 knowledge illusion. For
You kind of like there's just like dry bones under there, but you do notice that directly above the collapse there is a kind of shaft going up into the ceiling a ways.
Unless people
Do
object.
we remember seeing that on our way down?
No.
There? Like anything that connected like that?
Unless people object, I might attempt to clear some of this rubble to both examine the corpse and possibly find a way up to that.
I think I did just examine the corpse. Did I
Most
just...
of the corpse was covered.
I mean, there's nothing. I mean, it just looks like bones, just dry bones.
As somebody who's watching through the TV show Bones right now, there's so much we can glean from
I'm
those
so
bones in a different.
I'm so sorry
It's vaguely entertaining enough to keep watching in the background while it works.
for now. What season are you on?
For
Okay, you're past where I quit, I think.
in general, I give things a lot more latitude than you do.
It's true.
But
So there are 2 doors leading out of here?
Yes. Here?
Can we kind of intuit that one of them leads to shitty webland?
I mean, you can take a peek, and hey, look, there's the
Right.
web
I
hell.
remember that room.
Then let's check the other door before we go climbing up the shaft.
Yeah. Stands to reason.
It opens into a large stone chamber that contains 2 clusters of 4 stone caskets each. In the center of the room, between the 2 groupings, stands an empty, unlit iron brazier that is covered with soot and smells faintly of the past fires.
I'm with you painting.
Drapes of dust-covered spider webs cling to the ceiling.
And there's some kind of piece of a plastic clip that is broken off.
I've seen this dungeon before. We should light the brazier.
I'm thinking that is probably a thing we should do, but I'm going to search around for traps before we do that.
Way to be on the thinking through a plan phase, Cronut.
An 18 to search the room for traps.
As you enter this room and begin kind of searching around, what's your light source? Like your light spell, I assume?
I'm carrying a
Light
torch
spell.
still because I had lit it.
Also dark vision.
The ambient light from your various forms of light dims almost to blackness,
Not again.
and various spectral eyes can be seen peering through the darkness that leer menacingly before kind of floating away as the light returns to the room.
Crazy.
Spooky. Knowledge religion?
Yeah, can I do that? Or is that not appropriate?
What's the deal with looming eyes?
Or is this more of an arcane?
What's your knowledge arcana mods?
8.
8 as well.
6. Since I'm not.
Both of you think that was some sort of illusion effect.
I hate illusions.
18 knowledge geography.
This room is in the far northeast corner of this level of the dungeon.
Sure.
Then I don't find any traps
It's
left.
always been there.
As far as
Oh,
you
I
can
got a
tell,
3
I mean,
on
you
history.
kind of are looking around. It doesn't seem to be any mechanisms or pressure plates. What did you get on your
18.
18? Also, I think there was enough. No, I think Detect Secret Doors is up by this point because you went through
Oh, yeah,
the
it's
rubble.
up.
So yeah, you make a circuit, but there doesn't seem to be.
Alright, then I will light the brazier, I think.
I'm gonna stand out of the room.
Yeah.
And just peer in to observe.
There's only like old ash inside the brazier.
Then I will put one of my pints of lamp oil in there and light it.
Yeah, it does a nice job of cheerily lighting most of the center of the room. Your Estus flasks are refilled,
If only.
and the enemies have reset. Good job.
Unlight it. Unlight it.
And he takes these backsies?
Yeah.
Can I teleport to the Firelink shrine?
This is Dark Souls 1,
Oh.
motherfucker.
We don't have the
Okay,
Lord Vessel yet.
No,
I would like to quick load to before he did that.
No, you just light it, and it just pleasantly crackles away. Actually, it's oil fire, so it doesn't really crackle,
Ah.
but
It's just on fire. It produces light.
Then I will examine one of these
I
coffins.
was gonna say, we've got a bunch of coffins in here, and we just wouldn't be doing our job right if we didn't verify what's
Correct.
inside.
I have robbed graves.
Rob away.
well, what casket do you guys want to look inside?
Northeast.
The one closest. Oh, okay, sure.
So the most
Always
northeast
to the
one?
Northeast.
I always liked going northeast. Felt like going sideways. And vaguely uphill.
Assume you guys are just kind of chilling.
Sure.
Hold on, let me make a slight modification. Peering around the doorway.
I'm probably standing more central to the room so that I can swing at
Hey,
anybody.
you said northeast. You're at the northeasternmost
As northeast as you can.
casket.
Well, yeah, but on the center side of it, I mean.
Not have a casket in the way of.
Exactly.
So yes. So you are gonna push the lid off.
I will search it very quickly for traps before that happens.
Go ahead.
An 18.
As far as you can tell.
Okay. Then yeah, push away.
Inside is a skeleton, and as soon as you push the lid off, red pinpricks of light animate in the skull.
Maybe it's just a cardboard skeleton and those are light bulbs and it's going to come up on a spring and go.
And
retreat.
six of the coffin's lids go.
Look at that.
Skeletons animate and clamber out of them. So let's say 1.
Would you like? But who could have possibly guessed that that would be a bad thing?
Certainly not me.
4. 5 and 6.
One next to me. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I don't like that though.
What about that position just isn't working for you?
So more skelemans, spooks and haints, skeletons, skeletons,
Skulltulas.
No, those are in the other room.
sculptulas. Wouldn't it be pronounced sculptula if they're tarantulas?
Oh, that makes more sense.
Probably, yeah.
I've always pronounced it Skulltula.
Me too.
Everyone has
But
always
that does
pronounced it
make sense.
Skulltula.
Mind blown.
You've blown my mind.
We learned something.
Your
today.
mind is crucified.
Sculptula.
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe. Would you like initiatives?
Yes, it would. That seems appropriate.
Well, I've got mine ready.
Any way you roll it, that's your initiative. Any way you roll it.
We represent the musical interests of
Daniel, how'd you do?
17.
17
Cronut,
as
how'd you
well.
do?
16.
Mine's better. I'm definitely 17 plus.
Oh, you are absolutely 17 plus.
Yeah.
Emo's weird position on your leg.
Yeah.
So this is not in order, but it's a number, so I didn't have to rewrite the names.
She's not typically. It takes her a long time to get fully relaxed. She's always just like, I'm kind of sitting on your lap, but I'm ready at the drop of the hat to just get away.
Yeah.
Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it.
You can't sing any more of that song now.
We can't sing that.
Stop.
We can't sing that much of it. It's gonna get taken off the air.
Kalos seizes the initiative.
Indeed, I will attempt to attack some of these skelemen.
You certainly can.
I'll
There's
do it one
2
at a
within
time,
your
though.
reach. Yes.
I will do Northern Skeleman first. Nat 1 on my bite. A 22 on my claw.
Success.
Great.
Pathfinder claws do bludgeoning and slashing, don't
Correct.
they? Lucky you.
Indeed, lucky me.
And that is indeed a sneaky attack.
10 damage.
Stab.
Good. I like it.
And then 17 to hit the one to the south of me.
I believe that's a success.
Wait, 10 damage killed it?
Yes. It's regular skeletons, dude. And then 11 damage.
So I will not
So
be
your
rolling
position's
damage.
improved quite a bit.
Yes, quite a bit.
Good job, Kalos.
Thank you.
Gibjib.
He's like reaching for his wand and watches that and goes. The panic just kind of goes off of his face a little bit. Like, all right, well, I will magic missile the one near me, but
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
white boy. That's just a 2, so 3 damage.
Ooh, it's still just barely standing. The magic number is 4.
That's all right. He does that and then like takes a step back. Like, come on.
Danielle.
I'm going to move to a little bit more, if I provoke. whatever.
No, they're flat-footed, so
Okay. Then I'm going to move to a more centralized location and then channel.
I think that should get everyone.
I think so, yeah.
They all must make will saves.
It's still 14?
I think this guy auto dies. He's only got 1 HP left.
Yeah. Just radiate your holy cock all over all these guys.
That's kind of what Serenrise Light is.
Rub it with Serenray's vulva.
Well, painting polar bears, that's an interesting question. Well, what our favorite classes are in D&D other than the ones we're playing right now.
In just D&D in general, I think overall I really like Scions. I've rarely actually played them, but like them a lot,
It really, I think that,
flavor-wise and mechanically.
I think it depends on whether you mean D&D or Pathfinder, which is what we're
Right.
playing now. Because
Yeah,
my answer is different depending on those two.
true.
I really enjoy playing sorcerers in Pathfinder, but with a few caveats. I like playing human sorcerers because they
Couple
get
of
more
provisos.
spells. Yes.
Quid pro
Quid pro quos. I also really enjoyed playing a paladin for a long time
Right.
because it's a damn good class.
I was really enjoying the fun and decisions that I got to do with Swashbuckler, but admittedly I didn't get to play it really long enough or high enough level to know if I would continue enjoying that as it scaled up. But I really liked it in the beginning, like just how much more I had to think about at level 1.
I've actually never played a barbarian before, but I think my favorite, indeed, if we're talking like 3.5, is Scion. Agreed. But
It's a damn good
otherwise,
class.
probably wizard.
Oh man, I love everything.
Yeah, like it just depends. Like I changed my mood a lot of just what I feel like.
My favorite character was basically a wizard, but I really like rogues. So
The thing, I like rogues flavor-wise a lot of the time. I don't like combat-wise what I do as a rogue. So
4th edition, I loved rogue, and 5th edition rogue looks fun too.
Yeah,
You've really got to work in 3rd
Yeah.
edition for rogues, but
Sure, I'm
Pathfinder makes it easier once you get Unchained Rogue,
a
though.
little bit, yeah.
yeah.
Debilitating injury at 4th level really changes up kind of how effective you are.
Yeah, certainly out of combat, I'm all about rogues.
Yeah. I definitely have a
love
soft
that
spot
style.
for psychic, psionic stuff too. Actually, we want to play the psychic class in Pathfinder at some point, but
Yeah.
And
I'm going to say something odd. I have a soft spot for Warlock from 3.5.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
And also, if we're talking about 3.5, anything Book of Nine Swords, Tome of
Yeah.
the Warblades especially.
Yeah.
Really, I
Real
guess
good
what we're
times.
saying is we like everything,
Yeah,
except for the objectively shitty classes that no one talks about because they're the orphan children. Who
I
keep under the
still like
stairs.
True Namer, even though it's
Wow,
not
that's
functional.
okay. Yeah, True Namer, the class that literally doesn't work with the rules it has.
I just like it.
what did you roll perchance, Carl, on your d6?
Oh, I haven't rolled my d6 yet.
Sorry, we got sidetracked by the
an
chat.
actual question.
I also tend to like druids even when I don't play them very
Which is
well.
not enough.
It does heavily damage all of them except one who makes a save.
Well,
And I'm going to say this guy is the guy that took the least damage, but they're all nice and prepped.
Yeah, they're
Crognut.
I'm adjacent to one.
You are
I'm going to punch him
yeah,
unarmed?
with
Well,
my
with his
spiked gauntlet.
Ah, okay.
Punch him in the face.
Do it.
24 to hit.
Success.
That'll do a 1d4 plus 5 damage.
Yes, but this is a piercing attack, so he'll resist some of it. So better roll.
Oh, Spike Gauntlet is piercing, not bludgeoning. That's weird. Never mind, I shouldn't have done that. 6 damage then.
He's still standing, sir or madam. You are all confident, and you're like, "Bleh," punk, and it just punches a hole through his skull, and it's still animate.
fuck.
The skeletons will attack. There's a little chunk of plastic there.
Yeah.
They will. 2 of them will attack
Jason
Brother
and the
Daniel,
Argonauts style.
and 1 will attack Cronut.
God, that is still a really impressive sequence to watch, especially for how old it is.
Yeah.
And again, Ray Hair has
Cronut,
it.
again, your pecs deflect the skeleton assault. Brother Dan, you may be less lucky. What is your AC, sir?
19.
You laugh and your pecs just do the.
You are hit by 1 of them.
Okay.
You really like druid and 3.5. I like playing classes that have a lot
2
of
damage.
options that I can go for and ways to. I like utility. I don't like being down. I don't like doing just like direct damage most of the time. I'm far more interested in trying to think of around weird ways, and druids definitely have a lot of spells that contribute towards that, which is what I like.
Also the shifting.
Which is cool. That's not the thing that I am most interested about in druids, though.
It is your turn.
I will move into a
But
flank
right.
with the
Oh, yeah.
one that is
Not
nearest me with Brother Daniel,
But
provoking an attack of opportunity in the
Yeah.
cut process.
3, 4, 5, 6.
So I haven't quite beat turns
He'll take
into
a
bird.
swing at you, sure.
Good. Good. Come on,
Missing.
motherfucker.
I'm missing.
I am wielding a weapon, so he will get a
There you go.
And sneak attack.
Yes, indeed.
You've got this, guys.
As we hear from the doorway.
Yeah.
I will attempt a bite.
Get some calcium.
18 or 20 to hit.
Success. Can you do 3 damage?
I can do 14 damage.
Shatter, clatter. So much skeleton gone.
Shatter.
Gib jib.
Oh, so that one looks just on the brink of things anyway. Or
Um,
it's been somewhat damaged.
yes.
But I'll try and just finish him off with with that last little silvery bolt of arcane energy that finds its way directly into through an eye socket and then goes in the skull, hopefully. Another 3 damage. Yeah.
Really didn't like Druid in 3.5. That is a controversial opinion.
I never really liked, I like druids on paper, but flavor-wise, I can't ever really make a character concept that works in my mind.
I'll give you that.
They're so weird and alien compared to, a motivation for a druid is really hard to come by.
I can definitely give
A
you that.
party compatible one.
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly if you play hard on, definitely doing it as described. And
Like, you need to save this city, and the druid's like,
Why?
well, if it just gets burned to the ground, we can have a new, nice forest there. Seems great.
I buy that. I mean, I'm most interested in just having an interesting character, and whatever class will allow me to do that is what I go for.
And then I get also weird and philosophical with druids, where it's like, I don't think you're even supposed to go this. I think what the druid's supposed to be is nature guy.
Right.
But in my mind, it's like, okay, if you're really into nature as a concept, a lot of human morality goes out the window fast.
Right.
You're like, survival of the fittest, spread your genes, destroy your competition, eat.
Well, that's why you gotta be at least neutral in one way, right?
Right, quote unquote. But most druids in my mind would probably be neutral evil, ultimately, just cruelty of nature kind of thing. But yeah.
I will certainly say that my beginnings of D&D, pretty much all the characters I played for a while were indeed rogues, or I think in the very beginning, my first D&D character ever was in 2nd edition. I think I played an illusionist thief gnome.
My first D&D character was in a, I think, 2-session thing that Seth run in the dorms where we were living in the colleges, and I played a ranger, and I named him Chuck Norris with a silent G in front of the Norris. Chuck Norris.
Nice.
He was a half-elf ranger.
My first character was a ranger too, and I'm ashamed to admit he had the Darth Maul double sword because I thought it was cool. Yes. Anyway, where were we?
We
had
Kalos killed a Skeleban. Gib fired a thingy.
I think it's Brother Daniel.
Oh, there's nothing.
there's one Skeleman remaining.
That's mostly dead.
I will walk up to it and try to hit it with my guitar. Try.
He's only mostly dead.
You just wave goodbye at it. You are standing in the wrong place, Sir Skeleton.
That is a 14.
Ooh, I believe that is a miss.
I don't really.
But
care.
you set him up.
It's totally fine.
He's on the tee for
Cronut!
For Cronut.
Can I move into a flank?
Yeah.
I'll 5 foot to a flank.
You'll have to actually provoke
you'll
to get to a
provoke.
flank.
Oh. No, I won't do that. I'll 5 foot closer to a flank just for the sake of it.
Just in case.
And then I'm going to backhand him with my gauntlet.
Now, you're specifically trying to bludgeon him? Is that what you mean?
No, I'm just trying to be flavorful in the attack,
okay.
being different, using verbs. 15.
No dice. You just miss. It kind of goes in between a rib cage and clatters around. The last
this,
skeleton
Cronut.
in the world.
I believe in you.
He will attack Brother Daniel, I'll say.
Elf Bard as your first character. I don't hear Bard as a first character very often.
Yeah, no,
I've seen it. I've seen it once. My first character was a wizard, but
I'm
that
not
surprises
surprised.
no one.
Yeah.
Brother Daniel, your AC,
Fighter.
your AC,
With monkey grip.
Nice.
what was your AC, Brother
19.
I started just at the cusp of 3.0, so Monkey Grip didn't exist.
Daniel? You're not crit, but you are hit.
That's the thing.
You take 5 damage from a nasty slash.
I've been slashed.
Kalos.
Kalos has to do everything. I'm gonna move into a flank with Brother Daniel.
Hey, just most everything.
And certainly this combat.
Well, yeah, that, yes. 27 to hit?
Yes.
That'll just do it.
You also do yes damage.
Yes. I only do 9 damage, but yes.
So not very
Enough to
yes,
kill
yes.
2.25 skeletons. Well, this room has been cleared of danger. Good job.
Let's open another casket.
The only thing of interest that you find in here is in one of the caskets,
aside from dust, you find what appears to be a horn, as in a like hunting
Is
horn.
it a magical horn?
It does radiate magic, indeed.
Who would like to roll spellcraft? Who isn't me? Because I can't.
I assume that was from the casket where none of them came out.
I don't know. Maybe it was
Except
in.
I
It
didn't
was
roll
in.
very
Oh,
well.
it was in specifically the southwesternmost casket. So did any of them come out of
You
there?
went as far away from the right choice as possible.
Well, I'm not a magic guy. What can I say?
What was the spellcraft result?
It's 12. So
I'll give it a shot.
Save us, Jay. You're our only hope. Or, you know.
Don't say that.
I only have today.
19?
You believe this is a horn of fog.
Oh.
You blow on it, and it makes fog come out for as long as you blow.
Okay. Hold on. Is this a times per day thing?
Well, considering how horrible my app is at searching magic items, I do not know.
Okay, well, we're going to assume for now that this won't be a waste, as gnomes have a very interesting sense of humor, as we all know. I gotta fart out this this horn and make it fog.
I imagine it makes a kind of a foghorn sound. You might say.
I see the little one wants to toot his own horn.
God, it's terrible.
It is terrible.
Nothing but net.
I'll wipe it off afterwards.
No, if you like it that much, it's yours.
He does rather enjoy it. Like
Say horn of fog.
It is reverse enema.
You blow on it. The fog covers a 10-foot square next to the horn blower each round that the user continues to blow the horn. And the fog travels 10 feet each round in a straight line. So the longer you blow on it, the longer the line of fog becomes.
Okay.
The device makes a deep foghorn-like noise, the note dropping abruptly to a lower register at the end of each blast, and the fog dissipates after 3 minutes. A moderate wind disperses the fog in 4 rounds, and a strong wind disperses it in 1 round. Otherwise, it just seems like you can just
Cool. That's
make
what I
as much
thought.
fog as you want.
I definitely want this horn. I will. Please allow me to keep this horn.
It's going under your name.
I love it. Tucks it away in the rest of his kind of bag of collections. It has all sorts of just like there's weird stuff in there. It seems like there's like a platinum piece in there that's just got like an interesting scratch on it that's separate from the rest of this gold, and like a moldy crust of bread, and like a spinning top, and all sorts of just random items that are apparently in his bag of treasures that this now goes into.
Well,
That about does it for this level.
there's one
it
room
seems
with some
like-
spiders in it.
Seems
But
since
they're
we
kind of a
cleared
pain in the
level,
ass to
that's-
fight, and I'm going to give you guys full XP for this level, so...
Okay. It seems like as good a place to mark off as any, since you know.
Did we ever find the way down?
it's the shaft with the
Oh,
ladder.
that's
That's right.
The shaft!
Yeah.
Did we ever find the equipment we left on our dead bodies in the last game?
Sure.
Okay, well, we will cross-reference what that is then.
Right.
But yes, that concludes level 2 of the Emerald Spire. So you'll all level up to level 3.
Yeah.
The question is, our friend Carl is leaving.
Yeah.
He is moving out of town.
We have an announcement to make on the stream. They've not heard of this yet, but we will not have the one character from last time will not be here anymore.
Yes.
You're welcome to shame him for abandoning
No,
us.
Carl got a much better job and is moving closer to his lady friend Love.
Yeah. Can't exactly hold that against them.
I mean, we can, but it'd be not right.
I think that might even be part
it
of the
wouldn't
idea.
be right.
We are losing lockdown. I plan on doing a full-on goodbye lockdown stream tomorrow, but
When are we
yeah.
losing you, Carl? The beginning.
Tuesday.
yeah.
Oh, to God! I
Yeah.
thought we
No,
had
no,
it
no,
until
like, this
July.
is-
Okay.
I mean,
Definitely.
I had already planned to go visit my lady love, and so she had decided that, well, since you're already all packed and you're already all ready to go, why don't you just be here? And I couldn't argue
I
with
mean,
that
it makes a
logic.
certain amount of sense.
Yeah. So yeah, we will be losing lockdown and thus Brother Daniel as well. And we'll have to figure out what we're gonna do with that for this game specifically.
Yeah, I'm trying to cook up some solutions per chance. I mean, if we can't find maybe another person that wants to play, I can maybe give you guys some more toys to help ease the burden.
Right.
I think Brother Daniel would also be an acceptable follower NPC if when you arrive at such a position.
In 4 levels.
Yeah.
Assuming he has not made a heroic sacrifice.
Since then, yes. Cool.
Well, we could Skype it for a couple of reasons. One, I don't want to make this audio setup any more complicated than
And it
already
might get
is.
more.
And I also, part of what I liked was, unlike pretty much every other stream on here, indeed, it's all people sitting together. It avoids any of the problem of like the delays between people and accidentally talking over each other to quite the same degree. I don't know, I just like that we were all together sitting around the table. I wanted to keep that, if possible.
So we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And then
Though
proceed from there.
And I will keep you all awares of when we're going again. I know in 2 weeks I'll be out of town, and so I'll be unavailable on that Saturday. But the one after I should be back.
It's probably a good time.
Late this month or perhaps early July.
Yeah.
We'll go to level 3, level the third.
Yes.
Hopefully not filled with shitty fog spiders.
Hey, we make our own fog now.
Hey, to be fair, the fog spiders were still an upgrade from the you can't see things.
True.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, every level of this
Also, they didn't
dungeon seems to have a shitty sight gimmick.
They didn't sap like all of our strength this time, so. It's true. We are also losing the healer for our other game.
However, we have reestablished contact with a person.
Oh, is he indeed interested?
He is indeed interested.
Okay, I
so
wasn't sure if you had talked to him or
I will
not.
get in contact with him on the face flag.
He's also possible to join it. Like
Kevin.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kevin.
I imagine Kevin could also.
Yeah, I'll be like, hey Kevin, they're losing their healer, and he'll be like, great. I love playing casters,
Right.
and that is probably how that can work out.
Indeed, no one.
And I was also in a few levels planning on taking Vile Leadership.
That's fine. This is a damn good feat.
Well, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry about the audio issues. As I said, I'm going to continue looking into seeing if I can spend just a little bit more money on this and see if I can get some just like batteries for these mics specifically so that they can all go to the same place and avoid that echo in the future. Can't guarantee I'll have that ready for next time, but I'm sure going to try.
I propose that everyone gets root beers for
Yeah.
successfully completing the second layer of the Emerald Spire.
Huzzah. Well, goodbye, everybody.
Yeah, we'll
Thank you
see
for watching us.
Some other time.
Henning Bullerberg, message me.